Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Sorry I had to run the intro twice. I am a little behind tonight, but we're here. We are here. I do have it on subscriber only mode for 5 minutes. I normally don't have it that long, but it is a Saturday night. Sometimes the trolls get a little thick, but we'd love to have you. I might have to put it back down to like a minute because I hate having to wait 5 minutes just to comment on a video. So I think I'll go ahead and switch it. I think everybody's cool in the chat because I hate whenever I go into a chat and it says you have to subscribe for longer, it'll say longer than 5 minutes, and you're like, well, but my comment is going to be 5 minutes behind. Like nobody's going to get what I'm talking about over here. So I wanted to make sure. Well, thank you, Mandy. I appreciate it. So today, Vincent's mom sent me this cute little hair tie in the mail, and it has like pearls all around it. So I wanted to wear it tonight because I was like, I love it. He was like, I think this is for you. She's super cute. I love her to death. So if you're watching Mama Haru, bless your soul. Bless your soul. I love it. She used to get me like clothes, and I think she just knew not to do clothes anymore. But this is awesome. I love it. I wore it all day. I wore it all day. My favorite donut is here. That's so funny. Costa Rica. Oh, I bet it's beautiful. I bet it's beautiful. You guys are all awesome. Well, thank you all for being here. I love it. Like, this is awesome. Awesome sauce. You made it live. I love this. A lot of new people. I'm loving it. I'm like going back up here a little bit. You finally caught me live. It's been a while since I've seen you in the chat, Lady V. I blocked Nightbot a few weeks ago and she was flipping out. We had a problem. Yeah, we had a problem with Nightbot. Well, hi, everybody. I see there's like so many more people in the chat. But thank you guys for being here. Like, appreciate that so much. If you guys wouldn't mind just taking a second to like the video, it just helps out the channel a lot. It sends it out to the algorithm and it does its thing. It's Saturday, so I am wearing my dangly earrings just in case we got to take the earrings out today. I'm going to put a little bit of lotion on before we get started. Truth and justice matters. I finally made it. Oh, hey, L Beam. Oh, I like your new picture. I'll have to blow that up so I can see it. Unseen Thinkers is here. Where did I see? I saw you earlier in Deetz's chat, and I meant to say hi, and then I jumped off because I was, sorry I'm putting lotion on the live, but I was going to get my eyebrows tinted, which was weird. I've never done that, so they didn't jack me up too much, which was good. I like her. Her voice is so cute. Her voice is the cutest, and I love her videos. Her videos are good. They take me away from true crime. So if you haven't checked her out, you should check her out, guys. I'm going to close a couple of these windows. I mean, I've got some stuff open. It's ungodly. I was trying to get some stuff ready for the live, and then what happened was I forgot. I couldn't figure out how to, this is kind of stupid, but I couldn't figure out how to highlight on like the documents. So I highlighted on my paper documents, and then I just airdropped them on here. So that's how we're going to kind of review it. It's almost like a PowerPoint presentation, if you will. Almost, but not quite as cool. You're welcome. I'm sure whoever gave you the membership, they're probably in here. Oh yeah, we could slow chat. Of course, yeah. Let's do that. That's a good idea because it gets a little crazy on Saturdays. But at least I'm not reading tonight. I don't think. Am I reading? No, I'm not. I'm not reading that much. I mean, I'm reading, but I'm not reading like we did the other night or the last few nights. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to go back in time again. We keep going back in time. So before we get started, like I said, if you could like the video, that would help. If you want to subscribe to the channel, we would love to have you. We're here nightly. We will be switching more days also within the next couple of weeks, just for a couple of weeks, but we're usually here at 8:15 every evening, Eastern Standard Time. So we'd love to have you. If you're a returning Titan, welcome back. Thank you for joining me for yet another upload, or another live, actually. This ain't even an upload today. We did that earlier. Oh, thank you, Marissa. I'm gonna start wearing my hair up more often. You guys say I look nice today. I like that name, Boone, too. That's your son's middle name. Oh, that's a cute middle name. Your kids probably have some cute names if that's the middle name. That's a cute name. That's different. My nieces and nephews all have some weirdly different names. But if you would like to support the channel or become a member, I'll drop the channel membership link in the chat if you would like to do that. So tonight's live, trying to get my stuff up here, is going to be, so tonight's live was going to be part 2 of the PCA read through for the Pennsylvania PCA, because that's what we were doing last weekend. And then a bunch of documents came out over the week, and it seems like it's taken my time, away from that, because I want it to be really good for you guys. I wanted to have some visuals and just make it like just a better for everybody. And hi, Parker. I don't know if I said hi to you, and Wizard Walt. And Isabel, Isabel, I feel like I never say hi to you, and you should just know. I'm always like, Isabel's here. And are you feeling better? I hope you are. You look like you are. And Teresa and Summers. I hope you guys, I hope my mods always know. I feel like sometimes I forget to say hi to you guys, and I just always, I feel like I look at you, and I smile, I know you're here. But, Sawyer Boone, oh, that's so cute. That's a cute name, ain't you? That's a really cute name. Hello, Obsessed for Disneyland. So I was going to go over, part 2. It's probably going to be a part 3 series, but we're going to go over that on another live, and we're going to go over tonight the documents that came out last night that we read. We're going to go over those a little more in depth. We read them on the channel last night if you weren't here for the live. And when I got off the live last night, I thought we all had a pretty good understanding of what the documents said and what they meant and what they mean. But the misinformation out there, y'all, is thick. So we're going to go through what I heard, what I saw, what I've seen, and we're going to try to, I don't know, I'm just going to try to fix it. Because it's a little cray-cray. So let me see here. Where are my tabs? Where's my tabs? And then also, I don't know if you guys follow this channel, but it's a good channel. He's a really nice guy. It's called Let's Talk Live. His name is Brian. So he did a live last week where they had like an interactive chat live where they went over, it was like, I actually typed it all out. Unpopular opinions that will eventually be revealed as truths. And he got the paper, like he got this document off of somebody else. He says it in the live, but I'm not sure where he got it. So I just wrote down some of the questions that I thought we could go through, and then we could all see if we disagree, we agree, and see where we're at. So I thought we would do that. That was fun. Were you in there, LB? Oh my God, I love doing that. I was answering the questions before he was like already, like, he wasn't even like question, like he didn't have the question all the way out, and I was like answering them. I was like, I've got a lot to say. But some of them were like pretty long and kind of complex, and I didn't want to like make it complicated. So a few of them I just decided to leave out. So, oh, fur babies, I love that. My neighbor told me today that my dogs were good. I said, mine? My dogs? She's like, yeah, I never hear them. I'm like, oh my lordy. Oh, and then also last night, I just want to let you know, I don't know if you guys can still see the live or not. I didn't get a copyright strike or anything. They just like demonetized the video. So all of that reading I did last night means nothing, but for the 5 minutes of, it wasn't even 5 minutes of that video we played, and they wouldn't let me trim it out. So I wanted to tell you guys that, because I was like, oh my gosh. One more thing before we get started, and I promise we'll get started. I wanted to thank the chat because I went out today and I actually bought this. It's just the box. Look at this. I got this today because you guys gave me the money for it through the super chats. So I wanted to show you. It's a mini fridge. It's under my desk, so now I don't have to get up. Now I just need some diapers and I won't have to really get up. I'm just kidding. JK. Just kidding. Thanks, Mary Beth. Man, everyone's saying I look pretty tonight. I'm gonna start wearing my hair up. So yeah, so I got the red one this time. I had the teal one that broke, and then you guys, like, through super chats one night, you guys gave me some money and you're like, get yourself another fridge. And I kept checking the prices on them, and I was like, I'm gonna wait for them to go on sale, and they finally went on sale today. So I was like, we were at Sam's Club and I was like, let's get it. Finally, yeah, I got the red one too. It's more retro, you know? So I wanted to thank you guys for that. I thought that was very sweet. Let's see. I'm going to turn my camera off just so I can read for a second. So I'm like, where was my notes even at? Okay, so I heard this morning, so the creators that are out there right now, there's a lot of misinformation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read, let's do that. I'm going to read the documents and then I'm going to tell you what I heard. That way you can literally see the document, like, you know what I mean, first, and then we'll see where the miscommunication, kind of maybe came in, or maybe people are misunderstanding. I'm not sure. Some of the things, are like questionable. I do question some things, just because it's the defense and it's their wording, but that's what they're supposed to do. Their job is to get Brian Kohlberger, off with this. So let me see if I can blow this up for you guys a little bit more. That's what I was trying to do. Oh, that's too much. Okay, I can't. But I promise you, this is word for word. Word for word. And actually, I'm going to drop the link into the chat for the state of Idaho judicial branch. I want you all to open up this in another tab. I promise I'm not like, what is it? Like hacking your systems or anything. But I want to give you the state of Idaho judicial branch's direct website. That way you all, if you have any questions over anything in the legal terms, you can go straight to that state of Idaho site and you can read the documents, or if you just want to read along, Yeah, do you want me to? Yeah, you've been in fast? Yeah. I did put it on, but let me put it on longer. Yeah, there we go. Let me see. Actually, my chat's working tonight. That's crazy. It usually doesn't work. It's been weird lately. She is Parker. Yeah, she's Parker said, I believe Ann Taylor's turned the pot. Very much so. And I mean, that's their job, Yeah, it's their job to present a defense. But what it is people are twisting the words, or they're just putting out bullshit. Like something I heard today, and I sent it to Summer, so I have a witness, and I don't know if I'm going to play it, but it was like, what? It was completely off rail. I was like, whoa, come back to our side here. Just get back on the track, like the trains are going. Trains are coming, it's rolling around the bend. Made me want to think of Johnny Cash when I said that. So basically what I'm going to do is some of this stuff is weird, and if I was a pot stirrer, I would, do a live on this or something and say like, this was funky or this was weird, but this is just the defense's terminology. So, in the pink writing right here, it says law enforcement later found a K-bar knife sheath placed next to Miss Mogan on her bed. The sheath was placed buttoned side down and partially under Miss Mogan and the comforter. So when I first saw that, I was like, well, why does it say placed? Because to me, I thought that was a little strange because, defense attorneys, they want to make it to where it doesn't seem like it says, well, my client left it on the bed. It was dropped on the bed. So they have to put that word in there where it says it was placed. But who in their right mind would think that an officer of the law would put the knife sheath there, let's say, or they would lie about the placement of it. I just don't see that. It's just, I just don't get it. And then you're cheering and you're clapping and I'm like, what? What's going on here? What did I just walk into? And then I walked out because I can't handle it. I just can't handle the Vincent said it stresses me out too much. I'm gonna see how far, all that just goes up too much. But see, whereas I like circle the place, but because it is a little weird. The wording is a little weird, guys. And so but that's like the defense's terms. They're good. They're good. They're doing a good job. Thank you, Mindy. She said Tony's always does a great job. Oh, you get the facts, not BS. Someone came in here earlier and said I did nothing but lie. I said, what? I was like, me? I was like, me? I said, okay. But I thought it was kind of funny. I was like, okay. But I was wondering why I said place too. And I think that they put it there because they want to put like seeds of doubt in people's minds. And then the next thing says here, it says by December 17th, 2022, lab analyst, were aware of 2 additional males' DNA within the house where the deceased were located, and another unknown male DNA on a glove found outside the residence on November 20th. Okay, so let's just dissect this part. And nowhere does this say that there's no Koberger DNA. Okay, let's just get that. Let's just put that out there right there. It says there's 2 additional males' DNA within the house where the deceased were located. So that's either going to be what we think is Ethan was on the floor in front of the door or behind the door. Maybe Xana was in the bed, Maddie Kaylee in the bed. That's 3 different places, right? Or can we all agree that this could, it says 2 additional male DNA. So there's multiple places that this male's DNA could be at. Well, no. I jump on Daniel's live last night, Drunk Turkey, and he straight says it's on Madison's bed. That there's 2 male contributors on Madison's bed. It doesn't say which deceased. It doesn't say that. It says on here, and we'll read this again because that really grinded my gears, because I like him as a person, but that really grinded my gears. Like, it really, really got me, because you can't say that. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't say that. It says, by December 17th, 2022, lab analysts were aware of 2 additional males' DNA within the house where the deceased were located, and another unknown male DNA on a glove found outside the residence on November 20th, 2022. It doesn't say anywhere that it was in Madison's bed or Maddie's bed. That just doesn't look good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just didn't like that. When I heard that, I rewound it. I made Vincent listen to it. I made Summer listen to it because I didn't want to be losing my own mind. I try to be man deep. I was even going to tag him last night and be like, what is going on with you? You need to community post this stuff before Miss Gonzalez sees that and comes and rips you a new butt. And then it says another unknown male DNA on a glove found outside the residence. So it doesn't say what kind of glove. If this would have said, I don't even know if they would have specified if it said latex. Maybe if it was a latex glove, then it could be suspicious, but it was winter time, and there's all those houses, all those apartments. I mean, Chris McDonough, like I said last night, off the interview room, he found that glove, and we looked it up. It was Thanksgiving Day. So he found that black glove in front of the house by the trash cans. This they found November 20th, this glove. So this glove that they found somewhere along the house, it was found, like outside of the house, it was found on November 20th. Chris McDonough found a black glove, and it looked kind of like a worker's glove. He found that in front of the trash cans out front of the house. I don't know if I think they have looked maybe further into the DNA. So me personally, this is just my personal opinion, what I think it is. I don't know if it was going to be, if they're going to consider like Kaylee's room maybe a crime scene, Maddie's room a crime scene, to where it could have been DNA in Kaylee's bed and in Maddie's bed, or if the DNA was together, like maybe it was, on the floor near Ethan, by Xana, by any of them. But they only found 2 males, 3 altogether, counting outside. Only. Those kids partied. We all saw the pictures of the solo cups in the window, the beer bottles, all that. They only found 3 male DNAs. I'm surprised they didn't find 100. Because I thought they had a party the night before with 150 kids there. So where's all that DNA? Or did they not have a party? I don't think they had a party for 150 people. Well, 150 people is a lot of people, but I just had to bring some of this to the attention because I was just really upset about it. And I really was like telling myself, don't just like make it be positive over here. Don't say nothing. But when I see 9,100 people had watched it by the time I had watched it, I was like, oh, Jesus, it's going to be a crazy Saturday. Because it happens every Saturday. And like it actually happened today on the premiere. Somebody came into the premiere and they said word for word what another creator said. He couldn't even tell me the reference, the person's name that he was referencing. Like, he couldn't even tell me the person's name. I said, give me the name of the person that you're talking about in that case. And he couldn't. I was like, oh my Lord, have mercy. So what's the next one? Oh, so I kind of said something funny on the live earlier. So it says on here, one area of the investigation had to do with a white sedan seen on camera located at 112 King Road. It says by November 25th, police believed the car to be a white Elantra and asked law enforcement to be on the lookout for one. So they don't have just him going backwards or the wrong direction or whatever, because it says somewhere in the documents, like, the only thing they have to go on is a video of him going the wrong direction. Well, no. Right here in the defense's own words, they're saying, like, police believed, like, the car was a white Elantra. It might not have been, like, that's what police believed. I'm sure it's probably a white Elantra. But I just thought that was, well, thanks, M. Morgan. Everyone keeps saying I look good. Well, dang, I haven't worn makeup today. I haven't worn makeup and have my hair up. I love that. Yours are the best. Exactly. I saw another creator go into a chat and say they released 80 to 90% of the evidence in this case. I'm like, where are you getting those numbers? Like, I don't know how much we have, how much they've, but I'm just like, my Lord, I must. White's my color. I do like white. Thank you. Hey, Michaela. So I don't know. I don't know if they had a party. There's no pictures. There was like someone, I don't even know who brought it up. I don't even know who brought the party up. Thank you. I haven't been tanning either. I think I've been inside more. I don't know what's going on with me, but I'm getting darker. It's like my skin wants to get darker on me. It's just like, okay, let's do this thing. I want to make sure. Did I skip a page? I think I did. Son of a gun. Okay. So how do you open the pictures? I think it was this one. It's so funny. I've had this computer forever and I still don't know how to work it. I'm trying to pull up page 2. Is it this? Oh, wait, no, I already have page 2 up. Shoot. Page 3. Never mind. I had it fine. Sorry, y'all. You'd think this was my first live, You would think. Okay. I think they're going to have more cameras too. Personally, I think so. We were on page 2, so now I need page 3. I was like, what page am I on? Because the first page was just, the cover page, kind of what they call it. So this one here says, where I highlighted, no matter what came first, the car or the genetic genealogy, the investigation has provided precious little. There is no connection between Mr. Kohlberger and the victims. And it says, I put 51 terabytes and the knife sheath. Like, they did a direct hit. I don't know what the problem is with this. Like, I know it's all legal jargon, but I just wanted to kind of go through it too. Just because, it's crazy what you'll hear. I can't read my notes because I didn't double space them. Is that bad? I can't read them. Let's see here. I'm going to grab my drink. Thank you guys for being here tonight. I appreciate it. We're not reading through all of the documents again. Thank the Lord goodness. We're not doing that. But we are just going through the highlights, and then we are going to do an interactive kind of thing with the chat. It'll be fun. Michelle, it does not. It doesn't say the 2 additional male profiles were accounted for. When I first heard it, I didn't realize that I didn't see where it said, like, with the victims. I'm going to tell you the exact word. Because it says the 2 additional male DNAs within the house where the deceased were located, and another unknown male DNA on a glove found outside the residence. And so I think the one that's outside is probably just like another student. I mean, that's just my assumption. I don't know. I don't know how close it was to the house. That's actually, I was looking into that, and they did move the crime scene back. Let me see when that was, actually. I had it pulled up, and then, so it would have been November, the week after, the Monday after, the 21st is the day I believe that they moved the crime scene. So the 21st, if they found the glove like the 20th or the 21st, that would make sense. Like that falls right in that area. So maybe the glove was further out, because remember, guys, they moved the crime tape and they moved it back like out. They moved it further. They were like, oh, we need a little bit more room, bigger crime scene, we think. Yeah, Steve, that's such a good point. 21-year-olds with roommates usually hang out in their bedroom, so all of her friends have probably sat on her bed at some point. You're so right. When I first read it, I thought it would be Maddie's boyfriend and Kaylee's boyfriend. I thought maybe it was the separate beds, but it's looking like it was together within around one of the victims. We don't know which victim, but we just know it may be. But this is the defense writing this too, so you know. Because they're saying like that the state has provided precious little. Well, we know that that's not true, because they had so much stuff to go through, they're asking for a stay. It's like you either want to stay or you want to go. You either want a speedy trial or you don't want a speedy trial. We're going to go through these, and then we're going to kind of go back to the other night, because I thought this would be kind of entertaining too. Let's see. It says the FBI choose to ignore during their investigation. What was I reading right that? I don't know why I wrote no DNA hit until Kohlberger's dad. Okay, never mind. We're going to skip that. And what's the state's argument? Asked this court and Mr. Kohlberger to assume is that the DNA on the sheath was placed there by Mr. Kohlberger and not someone else during an investigation that spans hundreds of members of law enforcement and apparently at least one lab the state refuses to name. So when you work for any police agency, entity, like your crime scene cleanup, any of that, especially if you're crime scene cleanup, or if you work in a tech lab, your DNA is going to be on file so that they can rule you out, so that you're automatically in the system. So pretty much what his defense attorneys are saying is that this could easily be one of their DNA, not Brian Kohlberger's, or they could have put the DNA there. And if you think about it, it was on the button snap. So if that button was snapped, say it was snapped back, it would have been protected in there. Also, I believe that part was underneath Maddie's body, maybe. Oh, no problem, ATS. We're just going through the highlights here now, but we read the whole thing last night. Oh, and it was long. But we're going through the misconceptions now. Misinformation, I'd say. So, about the male profiles. So I didn't get to see this video, but the creator said it. They removed a video today that she posted. She posted a video last night that 3 male profiles were found on the knife sheath. So when I went over to Drunk Turkey's live today, when I was watching it today, and I had like the live chat on, there were so many people that I saw take that information that they had gotten, I guess, from her video to the Drunk Turkey show's chat. I mean, they were blowing up the chat saying 3 DNAs on the knife sheath, 3 DNAs on the knife sheath. This document says nothing of the sort. 0. And CODIS is a national database that they run people through all the time. It is for people that are felons. I could tell you what it is. I think a lot of people know, but if they don't know, so CODIS is a national database, and basically, if you commit a felony, they will, felony, they will put your name and they'll put your DNA, they'll take your blood, DNA, and they'll put you in the system. And then when you go into the system, you're just in there. Like, sorry, buddy, you messed up. So the officers can, when they get DNA and they have an unknown contributor, they can put it. That's where they usually start. They will start there. Just like APHIS is the national fingerprint system. CODIS is the, I forget the exact word. I should know this, but it's like the index for DNA. Hold on one second. Exactly. There's something, yeah, if there's another suspect, we would love to know. That's why I always read everything to you guys on here. I don't cut the corners, even though I want to. Even though there's nights I don't want to read no more. Like the other night, we read 70 some pages in one day. But that's why I do it. But no, I like her. I don't know. But I just wanted to bring that out there because what I'm saying is that traffic saw her video because she has a lot of, I mean, not like a lot of subscribers, it's not a huge creator, but like, and then they took that and even though she corrected it, they must not have saw that because they went straight to the Drunk Turkey show and was like blasting his chat, like, hey, 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 hey. And I'm just like, whoa, that's not even what they're saying. That's not even what these documents say at all. If they did, I would say straight, like these are some crazy ass documents. And we'd be like, what's going on? Because, that's what we do. But to me, this all looks like, just regular paperwork. Them arguing back and forth. You're welcome, Angela. I'd really try to. Even if y'all can't understand me half the time, I'm trying to keep it factual over here. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. Like, if you have any questions at all, like if you heard something and you're like, what, like, is that right? Just let me know. I'll definitely try to answer it. Yeah, it's a simple response to the state. Andy Joe said. Her niece said that her on her phone. Oh, Kay's mom did repeat it. Oh. So I was actually talking to Vincent today, and he made a really good point. I'm like, man, would you go on a live with me? Because he's sensible. You know what I mean? He's real sensible. Because he looks at the stuff that we look at. And I don't know. He just seems like he's sensible. Well, he is. Today he said, if Brian Koberger was innocent of this crime, wouldn't his lawyers say that? Like on any document, on one piece of document. I mean, when she stood up, she said, we're just going to stand silent. Like his lawyer didn't even say he's not guilty. Like they can't even bring themselves to say he ain't guilty. Yeah, defense the kitchen sink. I know. When I read that, I was like, what? I said, did they say that they want everything? The prosecution wants everything in the kitchen sink or something. It was so weird. And then the domino, it says or he's the original domino. But it says, this one's kind of funny, I thought too. I don't know if I can blow it up. Oh, it's too much. So it says, Mr. Kohlberger finds himself in a similar position. Okay, this is about another guy. So a massive investigation came to focus on him and him alone. Now, you all know that this investigation did not come to him and him alone. I bet we can all count in here at least 5 people that have been wrongfully misled to be the perpetrator in this case. I mean, like we could start at the beginning, we could start in the middle, we could start at the end. No, Steve. No, she didn't. What channel have you been on, Steve? Well, exonerate, you normally have to be charged, convicted of a crime to be exonerated. And I have an idea, like this is my thing. Where's his alibi? So the defense keeps asking for more stuff. Prosecution saying, well, what's your alibi, bud? And they said, well, give us more evidence. We'll let you know. The fudge? I'm like, the fudge? Yeah, exonerate is when you've been convicted, yeah. Steve comes in with the crazy talk all the time. He got on a broom and flew away. So, but I think with the lack of blood, this is what I personally think. I think that when he was done, whoever it was, done, committed this crime, I think they shut the bedroom doors behind them. The house isn't extremely large, but it's big enough, I feel like, that if you walked around, that you wouldn't have that maybe that much stuff on your feet when you were to walk outside, because there wasn't snow on the ground until after the homicides. That's when the snow fell. So it's not like he would have been like going through the snow. We would have seen it. There was a tiny bit, I think a little bit of snow on the ground when this happened, but not enough to where when he walked out, he would have stepped in it. Yeah, and Morgan, that I want to know about the telecomatics of the car. Do you think his car like carries that? Or is that something that can only be done if you have like a GPS installed in your car? Like Alec Murdaugh had like a Tahoe. I wanted to ask you guys that. Yeah, True Crime Junkie. I'm surprised there's not more DNA found in that house. That's my thing. Like they're only found 2 males and one outside. I mean, like, that just seems not a lot, like a lot to me. It's not too old of a car at all. I would think that it would have something. I didn't even know the cars were equipped like that. I knew they had black boxes for accidents, but I didn't know it could literally be like, this is where you were. It's like, what? So that's another thing. Okay, so when it said, I forgot to highlight that part. Where was that at? They never said, okay, I forgot to highlight this part, but I know it by heart. They never said that there was no blood in his house, car, blah, blah, blah. They never said that. They said the words were, they never said there was none, there was zero, there was none, there's not any. They said lack thereof. Lack thereof. I don't know why every channel I have heard, y'all have heard it too. They're all saying that no blood in the no blood found. Like, what are you talking about? And we do know that there was some blood found in his motherfucking house, y'all, because it was on the pillow and it was on the mattress cover. Even if it was his own, even if it's his own epiphany moment, even if it's his own DNA, there was blood DNA found in his apartment. So for the defense to come and say there was no blood found, or these creators to say, it said lack thereof. Lack thereof. So remember those words, lack thereof. Because when people are saying there's no DNA found, you can say, no, that's not what it says. It says lack thereof. And I'm going to figure that crap out. I wrote Jennifer Coffindaffer. I reached out because I reached out before she got back to me, and I was like, I didn't know who to reach out to. I really didn't. Oh, thanks. I wore these ones, these jangling earrings, back to good just for tonight. But see, it didn't say that. It said lack thereof. It didn't say no victim's DNA. Now I wish I had that damn paper because I don't know why I didn't pull it. Wait, right here. Is this it? No, that's the other one. I don't know why I didn't pull that up. That's really dumb of me. But it really does. It says lack thereof. I promise. So, but I don't know what lack thereof means. But I do know that they found blood in his apartment, on his pillowcase, and on his mattress cover. It could be Kohlberger's blood. Totally. Nosebleed, whatever. You know what I mean? Totally. And it probably is. But for them to say that there's none, well, no, you can't say that. So that's why they're saying lack thereof. So there may be biologicals or something in his car. There may not be a lot, but there may be something. Or what I'm thinking, and that's just me thinking. I know, sorry, I had to throw the MF bomb in there, but this is what I'm thinking. I'm just so passionate about this case. I really am. I'm thinking he cleaned his car with all that bleach and got it really clean. And when they were able to do the testing on the brakes and all of that stuff, it probably gave them a presumptive test for like a cleaning agent. It probably tested positive for like using a cleaning agent of some sort, like heavily. because they can do that. They can go into crime scenes and when they spray like luminol or what is it, Blue Star, whatever they use, it will show up either biologicals or the presence of a cleaning reagent. So we all know, well, we don't know for sure, because that was like Dateline. We're trying to stick with PCA, but Dateline's pretty, I don't know, it's Dateline. I don't know if they would put crap out there. But they did say that he was cleaning his car with bleach. But I mean, if you're going to clean your car, I mean, bleach would be, I guess, what it would be. Yes, and Morgan, I was telling the lady girl I was doing my eyebrows today. I was just like, you know. So I want to go back in time a little bit. Remember day before yesterday? Day before yesterday? When the documents came out saying that Brian Kohlberger's DNA was the 5.37 octillion. Seems like everybody forgot about that when these new documents came out. I swear everyone did. It was like all of a sudden it was like, what's going on with life? I was like, I don't know. I mean, I see panels full of people riding this wave. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yes, extreme blonde. Yeah, they're, oh my Lord have mercy. They are jumping down the rabbit holes. And I'm like, can I help you? Can I give you a rope? I'll send a rope down. We need Peter Tragos. He's a defense attorney, yeah. He is. So, and is his dad defense attorney? His dad cracks me up. His dad never wants to be on those lives. I'm sorry, I'm gonna break it to y'all. He don't want to be doing it. Because the dude is like on his computer the whole time, or he'll be texting. He's probably a busy man, but I just think it's funny. You know, Tragos is like, come on, Dad, help me out. John, it didn't say that in the document. It said lack thereof. See, that's where you need to read the documents. I'm going to put the link in the chat again so people can read the documents on their own. Because I haven't heard one creator other than myself read that part right. Unless I'm going nuts. Oh, it's Saturday. Truth and justice matters. It's Saturday. That's why I wear the dangly earrings. Yeah, I could. Yeah, he didn't. You're right. So yeah, he may have had plastic covering in his car. I mean, they said he didn't have a shower curtain in his bathroom apartment. And someone on a live was like, that's not weird. And I'm like, have you seen the apartments? Yes, it is. Because like you have to have a shower curtain to take a shower in there, or your floor is going to be soaked. Your tub after a while is going to go through the floor. I just thought that was funny. I heard like someone say that. I was like, what? Oh, Patty, that's a really good question. She said, did he buy the bleach at Albertsons? I can't wait. I cannot wait to get those receipts. It is about clicks and views. It really is. And I just refuse to jump on board. I mean, I can literally do it with the best of them if I needed to, but I won't. I just won't do it. What did I say today? Oh yeah, I said this. What did I say? I have to think about it for a minute. It was in the premiere. Oh, okay. So what was it? Shoot, I can't remember now. I'll have to think about it. I said something in the live earlier. That's what I was saying. Okay. So earlier today we did a world premiere. It was a video premiere. And son of a bitch. Hold on, guys. Oh, okay. I can't my train of thought is going with me. So earlier in the chat, in the premiere, I said something about the white sedan. I'm going to put that back up on the screen. So that where it said it. This right here. So this was how easy it is for miscommunication to get out there. This is how easy it is. It was so easy. I should have brought up the live so you guys could see the chat. It says here, it says one area of investigation had to do with a white sedan seen on camera located at 112 King Road. And then it says like later on found to be a white Elantra. So I said today, if we're playing the game, the game where you pick out words that you want to use, I'm going to pick out that this was Brian Kohlberger's car. The whole chat lit up. Everyone was like, what? Kohlberger's car was on camera? That was Kohlberger? That was Kohlberger? And I was like, no, y'all. Just kidding. I said, I was just saying it, I was like, no, that's not true. But, that's how easy it is because, people take information and they're like, oh, yeah. Like, it's just, I don't know. There's Teresa with the 103 days. We needed you last night. Someone asked how many days. I was like, Teresa numbers. So, like, okay, yeah. And that's another thing. If he was innocent, okay, then why is he sitting in jail right now? Like, I mean, really. They had to have the FBI, the Moscow police, the Idaho State Police, right? They called them in all right away. I think that they did a pretty good job. And I know it's hard to like be like, oh my gosh, the cops did good, I guess. I don't know. But I think they did a pretty damn good job. And when we heard that interview over the podcast, I think it might have been part 3 we watched. Yes, I don't know if you guys saw part 3, but I'm going to try to make a shorter video for you guys tomorrow about it. The chief was like, we couldn't see him, but we could hear him. And he was in like tears about this case. Like I've always liked the chief, never had a problem with him, but I had a whole new respect for him. And when he was actually talked about, he has college age kids himself. Imagine you having a college age kid, being a cop. They don't train you for this shit. And you go into that house. You walk in there. Those guys are beyond, it's beyond bad. I was going to play a little thing for you. Being a true crime has jaded me. And Jana said, a man in front of me at Walmart had huge bin and gloves and bleach. And I said, kill kit under my breath to my friend. And she said, what's a kill kit loudly? And I died. I do the same thing. I give people the side eye at Target when they're carrying suitcases. I've done it twice now. I'm like, what's in with the suitcase? And then Vincent's like, Tanya, I'll have a good night, A to Z. Thank you for being here. Red flags everywhere day. Oh yeah. Wait. Speaking of which, shit. I forgot about these. They were sitting down there on the floor. I could give these out. I could put people's names. There were so many red flags on every single platform, every single channel I was on today. Not one of them. And it started last night actually when I got off the live. And I made my post, my angry post. I was going to tag people, the act, but I was like, no, don't do that, Tanya. Don't you do that. What's after the shoes? Oh, my shoes? Oh, I'm like, what? What, Mike? They start thinking there's a body in the bag. It's bad. Well, we are hyper vigilant, so that's good. What started November 14th? Sunflower. This happened on the 13th. I'm scared to buy bleach, drop cloths, duct tape. Exactly. They had enough for arrest warrant. So maybe I should put that on my banner. So again, I'm just going to reiterate. In the new documents, it does not, I repeat, does not say that there is no blood found in Brian's house, car, whatever, parents' house. It says lack thereof, and we know for a fact that there was blood found in his apartment. Whether it was his, we don't know. But we do know that there was blood found in his apartment. So right there, the defense is lying to y'all. They're lying. They're lying. They're lying to us all. Let me exit out of that. Let me drop this in the chat one more time. And then that way, if you guys want to, that's the State of Idaho site. So, because I want everyone to be informed with me. Which you guys are, y'all are awesome. Y'all be here with me. But, I just like to come bring it to you guys. Because it's just crazy. It's just, I try not to get upset, but I was really upset earlier. When I heard the thing about the DNA and it was Maddie's bed, like I was like, what? That doesn't say that. That doesn't say that at all. That doesn't say anything near that. You know, I don't know. It really, it got me so mad. I texted Summer. I think man, I shouldn't have texted you. I got my frustration out. I should have bottled that stuff in. What's this? Let's see. Oh yeah, so I'm going to show you this video and then we're going to play that little game, like not play a game, but you know what I mean? It's like the interactive kind of thing, so. The cowboy hats. I know, I've got 16 of these, don't we? Or wait, 12. 12, I think? I don't know, but man, I'm going to need more red flags for all these charges. Yeah, maybe Jordan. I think it is, and I think that's maybe why he was going back there. I think that maybe, I don't know. I mean, okay, so the prosecution, they did say not too long ago that they were still waiting on lab reports to come back because that's what the defense wants, and they're still waiting on them. So what if this unidentified DNA in the house is Brian Koberger's and the one outside, it's Brian let's just say. Like, what if it is? What if it comes back because they're still doing testing and they, you know, because they said they were still doing testing on a couple items. I don't know what those items are, if anyone knows what they are, or if anyone's heard an update on that, but I remember us reading not too long ago, it was within the last, you know, couple like court dates, like last month or so, that they still had like evidence that they were waiting on, the prosecution was waiting on, and then they were going to give that to the defense when they got it. So maybe you remember that was a, so I'm thinking, yeah, I remember that too. So I'm thinking, I mean, I don't know, you never know. I know that they were directly matching Brian Koberger with the knife sheath, but maybe whatever these items are, they're not as easy to extract DNA like the button was. So maybe that's why it's taken longer. I don't know. Oh no. Let me see if I can find it for you really quick. I don't know if I can. Oh, right here. Look at this, I think. Hold on. Is this it? I'll find it for you, girl. Don't worry. I'll help you out. Let's see. Because I felt really bad, but I didn't get, good thing I didn't get a strike. I was happy about that. Is there like a... I don't know what it was called. Let's see. Right. I think this is it. I don't know if that's it or not. I'll have to find that for you. Yeah, give me a few minutes and I'll find it for you, though. I'll try to find it before the live's over. Let me exit out these windows. Maybe that'll help. I'm trying to think of the name of it. I just exited out of it, too, today. Like, I don't know why I did that. Because I was like, I'll just find it later. It has to be this one. Okay, I'll put this in the chat. This should be it. It'll probably take you to that page, but if you go on the discovery, it's the Idaho College murders, I believe. Oh, you did? Oh, okay, thank you. You're awesome. Look at that. That's so much better than mine. Let me take mine off of there. Like yours is so much better than mine. I don't know if, no, I can't, because it'll just like take me to the website. That's okay. Thank you so much. Oh, actually, thanks, Summer. She's quick. Yeah, no, he's not guilty. Did I say that he was guilty? I don't think I did. I try not to. I try to say, like, you know, allegedly, things like of that nature. I try. As much as I mean, I think that he's the guy. I think he's the only guy, but that's just me. So, okay, I'm like half asleep tonight. I feel like I'm like, out of the loop. All right, this is it, I think. Or no, this is what I want to show you anyway. Okay, so this is what we went over the other night. Oops. This was just like the other day when, they were indicating the comparison showed a statistical match to Brian Kohlberger. The SDR profile is at least 5.37 octillion times more likely to be seen if defendant is the source than if unrelated individual randomly selected from the general population is the source. There are, I looked this up the other night. Now I can't remember. Let's see here. How many people are in the world? Okay, 7.8 million. Billion. So, million, billion, trillion, octillion. We did miss you, Avery. Welcome on in. And I saw Charlie too. And Legendary, of course. It's more people than have ever lived. Yeah. That's a lot of peeps. Oh, quadrillion, did I miss that one? Is it after? Yeah, it is after quadrillion, isn't it? Well, I don't even know them all. I just know that it's, okay, so what was it, 28 zeros? I think it was 47 zeros for the UK, 28 for the US. That's just a lot. That's a lot of zeros after that. So I think they're pretty sure, when they do that. And that was a direct match. And that's why they kept saying they weren't going to use the genealogy in court. We were all wondering, why aren't they using it if that's how they got, if that's, their way of getting DNA. We didn't realize, and I don't think I realized in my head, like, Tanya, they're going to do a second match just to make sure. So that's when they do the direct match. So what they did was they got the genealogy match. It traced back to Brian Kohlberger's dad, somebody that was, a family relative, a male of Michael Kohlberger. So they went to root through the trash that they sat out on the curb. They couldn't find Kohlberger's DNA. They only found Brian's dad's because Brian, was bagging his stuff up into or into little baggies in the kitchen when he was arrested. So they only found, and they found not a lot, I don't know how many, but they found water bottles in his car. So maybe he was like stashing them there. I don't know. But what I'm getting at is, sorry, hold on. Sorry. Anyways, I thought I heard something. I always feel like I hear something weird. But so they didn't find, Kohlberger, or they didn't find Kohlberger's DNA in the trash. They found, they ended up finding that it was a son of Michael. So that's why they had to do a direct match to get to him. That's what I'm taking it as anyway, from me reading the documents. You reached 40 million people in Canada? Dang. Everyone's going to Canada, Cheryl. We did. That the DNA was on the Snap, right? Yep, Tiffany, yeah, we knew it was on Snap. And I almost like, if it wasn't creepy to have a K-bar knife, I would buy one just because I'm curious to know how much it weighs, what it looks like. I want to know what the Snap looks like. I want to see like if it buckles good, if it's harder to buckle when you first get it. Sometimes like if you get something, it's harder to buckle at first. I'm just wondering. A son of Michael. Sorry, Candy Girl, if I didn't say that right. Yeah, it was a son of Michael, and it was a 99.9998%. A lot of nines, and then an 8% match. I heard it was heavy, Nancy. I did hear that. That's scary. Okay, so I wanted to show you just a couple of things that, it goes over the DNA a little bit. The DNA results. Just a couple of short videos, and then we will get into that little interactive kind of, game. Okay.
Breakthrough in the deadly stabbing of 4 University of Idaho students and friends. The DNA taken in a cheek swab from suspect Brian Kohlberger is a, quote, statistical match to the knife sheath that was found at the crime, according to new court documents. Nancy Grace, host of Fox Nation Crime Stories, joins me now. Nancy, always good to see you. Thank you for being here. So we can put this number up
Nancy
on the
looks
screen that
pissed.
shows the likelihood that this is Brian Kohberger's DNA, and it is 5.37 octillion times more likely than not that this is a match, Nancy.
Well, you're right, and that includes 27 zeros. 5.37 octillion is more people than are on the planet. Not only that, it's more people than have ever been on planet Earth. And the way it gets very confusing explaining DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, it's confusing for lawyers. The only ones that can really get their mind around it are the scientists that conduct these tests. But a simple way of telling a jury is that it's about 1 out of 5.37 octillion that it's not Kohberger's DNA on the knife sheath found not just at the scene of the murders in the home, but in one of the bedrooms, Maddie Mogen's bedroom, partially under her body and partially under a comforter, placing him, in my mind, at the scene of the 4 murders.
Yeah, it's very compelling evidence, and you have to wonder, you know, when he realized, I mean, this is a rhetorical question because we don't know the answer, but when he realized that that was gone, that he didn't have the sheath with him when he got back in the car, this alleged quadruple murderer, because that was a huge mistake on his part. And, you know, the background that we know about him is that he studied all of this very carefully.
You know, I've wondered that a lot, and I traced his route. I drove it myself in the night, as I believe he did. He could have gotten home in 9 or 10 minutes, but instead he drove a very long, circuitous, and very dark, dimly lit, no light path home. And I wonder, when he got rid of the murder weapon, if he threw it into a body of water, when did it hit him? Where's the sheath? Oh, dear Lord in heaven, I left it behind. We also believe he returned to the scene, and I wonder if it was to retrieve the sheath. But this kind of DNA evidence is damning, and I'm wondering how the defense is going to deal with it and explain away his DNA on a knife sheath at the scene.
Yeah. It's a huge development in this case that they found that, and now that the DNA testing is back. I want to ask you about another case, Nancy, because Judge Newman, who really, I think, handled the Murdaugh trial in a very skillful way, a way that a lot of people, especially his closing, when he looked right at Alec Murdaugh and talked about him probably seeing his wife and his son nightly in his dreams. He said that he feels sorry for Alec Murdaugh in an interview that he did. Let's watch a piece of this.
Felt sorry for him. I cannot imagine him having a peaceful night knowing what he did. I'm sure if he had an opportunity to do it over again, he'd never do it.
What did you think of that, Nancy?
Well, I met Judge Clifton Newman, and he was on the bench, as you see him there, methodical, well thought out, merciful, but he did not let his empathy for Alex Murdaugh get in the way of his empathy for the victims. He followed the letter of the law. So I firmly believe he did feel pity for Murdaugh, but it did not affect the sentence.
Yeah, Nancy, thank you very much. What a case that is as it continues with some other adjunct-related cases to play out in the future. Nancy, thank you very much.
Oh, Nancy looked a little pissed when she first came on. I was like, dang, Nancy. I love him. Judge Newman, he is the best. He actually did a video where he came out and I think he talked about the Murdaugh trial for the first time. I didn't watch it. I need to. I loved him. I wish that we could move Judge Newman to every state and every bench. Just like a little portable judge. He was the best. He was but I really like Judge Warner and the Letitia Stout trial as well. And, you know, a lot of these documents that came out, they were the expert for the defense. And if you guys watched the Letitia Stout trial and you saw her expert defense, I'll never believe another defense expert again in my life. That Dorothy, my Lord, I will never listen to her again. I'll never look at her again. I told Vincent if she comes to be the expert witness for Kohlberger, then I'm just going to skip that day. I'm just going to turn the volume off and play it for you. But it was like, because I can't handle Dorothy. But I do like this judge too. I think that him and Attorney Gray have a banter back and forth. Like, I think that when I watched it, I mean, I thought they looked like they kind of even knew each other, like from around the building or something. But I think that I do appreciate him coming back out and saying, you know, that he did say sorry about saying the names wrong. I thought that was nice. That was, you know, that was good for him to do. Okay, so let me actually make this a little bit bigger. That way we can see it a little more. Oops. Oops. If you guys wouldn't mind just taking a second to hit that like button as I get this poll up here for us to do. I'm going to try to do it in a poll, like an actual poll. If not, we're going to do it like old school and we'll do numbers in the chat. And I'll tell you what we're going to do here in just a moment too. If you're like, what is she talking about? This is just, it's just taken, oh, it's just being stupid. Are you kidding me? Okay. It's not like a lot of questions, but it's a good amount. So basically what these questions are going to be are things that have come up in the investigation that we may agree on or disagree on as being like truths. Or, you know, if we're undecided, we will make a different color. So basically what it is it's unpopular opinions that will eventually be revealed as truth. I'm going to share this tab with you guys. And he had it all set up differently. I don't know how he did his. It was really neat how he did his live. I don't know if he uses the same streaming service as me or what, but I was like, we're just going to use this because, oops, I was like, this is just how we're going to do it. I don't know. I just thought it would be a little bit easier. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. So I'm going to watch the chat here over on this side. Actually, I can look at it right here. Yes. Also, if you guys don't want, you want to hit that subscribe button because next cash giveaway is at 10,000 subscribers. Also, we're going to get our Nancy cardboard cutout, you know? It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. And thanks for being here tonight, guys. Oops, I had the volume up. I appreciate it. Really, I really do. So basically what we're going to do on our channel, our channel here is we're going to go through these and we're going to see if we agree on them or we disagree, or if we're neutral, we can't decide, we'll just put it as yellow. I'm going to try to do it as a poll. Let's see if I can do it like that. Because I think that's how he did it. And I don't know how he did that. Can I erase this? No. Okay. I don't know how I wonder if that's how he did it. Okay. So basically what we're going to do is you're going to answer, I'm going to write it in here, agree or disagree. So the first is going to be like, it might say yes or no at the top. Just skip those if it does. And then I'm just going to put like question, like we'll just do like question 1. So before you answer it, I'm going to see if we can do it this way. So you don't have to worry about the yes and no. We'll just like leave those blank. We'll see if this works out this way. And if not, we'll maybe figure out a different way. Um, exactly, Jordan. And that's all I ask you guys to do here is just like, you just read the documents. Or like read them with me, you know, like when I have them up on the screen, just like follow along. Cause some of the stuff like, and I tell people in the chat, like if you ever hear a creator, especially me, cause I mean, you know, I want you guys to always bring something to my attention, but, if you hear something and it just sounds like off and it sounds a little funky, I would just be like, um, just Google it. I bet you'll find that and the answer you're looking for, you know. Oh, you're welcome, Cindy. Yes, we try not to, you know, get to other people. I mean, there's people that'll come in here, like Justice, for instance. Me and Justice, we don't see eye to eye a lot of times, but we appreciate each other, and we're on an appreciation level at this point. We've had a couple of people. It's been pretty funny. It gets kind of funny. So basically what they did was they read these off like questions. So like there were no accomplices. So basically we are going to agree, disagree, or are we undecided? So do we agree that there are no accomplices, disagree that there were no accomplices, or undecided? Just don't put anything if it's undecided. So if it's going to be, yeah, if you agree, then put the agree. If you disagree, and then we'll just kind of see how many votes there are to see which way it kind of goes. And then I'm going to highlight it, the color, so that way as we go, we can kind of see where we're at. It should be right on your thing there to vote. Are you guys not seeing it? You might have to get on like the computer if it doesn't let you on your phone. I just realized that. I don't know if it does on your phone. I guess I could get on the live and check. I'm never on my phone on the live. Oh, that's okay, Summer. We'll put your vote over there. I like your name, the 80s kid. Were you born in like the, I don't know, I don't want you to have to reveal your age, but I was born in 85. I was wondering if you were born the same year as me. You were able to vote? Okay. I wonder if I should do like a timer. I should do a timer on my phone. Let's see. You know I was prepared for this, right? Now, this is just something we've never done before on here. So I want to make sure we don't like, you know, not give it enough time or give it too much time. Because sometimes y'all distract me. Mandy, Joe. Just kidding. I'm going to blame her. Okay, so yeah, we'll do like what? We'll do like 30 seconds, 45 seconds each time. I think that'll be good. Okay. I have to move to the other screen too, so it's different for me. 55%, well, I'm going to put just a tiny, like 1% on more for Summer, but I'm going to end the poll. And then it should come up. So 56 agree. Were the yeses agree? I bet they were. So 76 agree. Okay. So the vote would be there are no accomplices. So do we all agree that there are no accomplices? Do we agree that we think there is an accomplice? So if you think there's an accomplice, you'll hit disagree. If you don't think there was an accomplice, you'll hit agree. Oh, that's where your name comes from. They do have some good music. Yeah, we'll have to get some more votes in there. Okay. And then we'll move on. I mean, and we'll come back to, so, you know, I mean, we can always read over them again. So I'm going to put one here that we agreed. So I'm going to put this in green. A little slow, but we'll get there. So there is no police cover-up. So if you agree that there was no police cover-up, let me get the poll up there again. And I'm just going to put A and D for agree and disagree. You couldn't vote? I wonder why I won't let you vote. Maybe you have to be like on a computer? Is it back up there now? I forgot to put question 2, but it'll get easier and faster as we go along. Mindy. Is it working? We working here? Oh, I didn't even start the time. Dang it, I can't do all these multiple things at once. This isn't right for me. I'm like, the question is, there is no police cover-up. So do you agree that there was no police cover-up, or do you disagree? You think there was a police cover-up? Oh, hey, Steve, you do he had oceanfront property? I might be about $20,000 richer when, you know, if Brian Kohlberger is found guilty. Some guy bet me $10,000 a day, but then he said $20,000 the second time. So we were going back and forth in the live. It was funny in the premiere. Okay, we got 4 more seconds. I was just waiting for it to count down. Okay. Oops. Oh wait, we don't want that to do that every time, do we? How do we stop that? We'll just have to cut it before it, like 1 second before. Dang, that's annoying. We won't want that. Okay, so I'm going to end the poll. 51% agreed. I'm going to put maybe I could put like that beside it too or something. That's just too much. No, it won't be too much. Let me make this a little easier on myself. Oh, so much easier. Okay, this is a lot. I like closed out some of the windows, so. And then I'm gonna put. I wish we could change the yes no part. We just can't. You can't change that. You can only add, and you can only add 2 lines. I don't like that. So I'm gonna put this green. And then we can always come back to this, like, too, like, you know. So the December 13th incident with Brent Kopacka was completely unrelated. Do you guys agree that that was unrelated, or do you guys disagree? And I just put the chat one, and I just started the timer. Oh. Too bad you can't start 2 polls at the same time. We've got 20 seconds. That seems like a lot. Maybe we should cut it to 20 seconds. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, thanks for participating in this. It's going to get good, I promise. It'll, like, if you're not super hip on it yet, I think it'll be good. Oh, you because you didn't see the question. Okay, so we're on the 3rd one here. The December 13th incident with Brent Kopacka was completely unrelated. So meaning, oh, whoa, I should have stopped that. Sorry. I'm meaning that Brent and Brian, there's no connection. If you agree, you'll put A. If you disagree and you think that it is related, you'll hit the D. And it wouldn't let me put another option. So if you just don't, like, you know, have an opinion, maybe we could put that in the no. Oh no, Jen P, I'm blind too. Let me actually blow it up for you. I blew up the letters and I didn't blow up this part. I should have done this for you guys. That's probably a lot better. Look, oh my gosh. Yeah, just let me know. Oops, hit the wrong button, my bad. That's okay. I'm a free thinker. Oh, it disappears if you try to scroll down? That's stupid. Wonder how he did his so good. Mine just, like, automatically lets me do it. Kathy loves chihuahuas. Am I missing something? I'm like, what? I just think it's kind of funny that you said that. So, okay, so we got some yeses in there. So I'm going to consider those that they're unrelated. And I'm going to end the poll. So it was 82%, I believe. Oh, wait, 80. Oh, wait, what was that? Yep, okay. Someone could have borrowed it or touched it. But at the same time, I'm trying to think of how to word it. Like, are you saying like the DNA, like on the knife sheath? Because it was Brian's DNA. Like, you mean like he borrowed it from somebody, or am I like, I might be like down, I'm like up further in the chat, I think a little bit maybe, or maybe I'm not sure. So I might be answering some crazy questions. Let me see where my chat's at now. There we go. Okay, so we're going to color this one green. And then, so the next question, let me actually do this green really quick because I have to do the poll. So the next question is going to be what Maddie told Adam was unrelated. And these are just for our, like, I mean, they're just for our entertainment, kind of. Just to kind of see where we all kind of stand. And if you stand in a different perspective, don't be afraid to put it out there, because we want to know. Truth and justice, that's what I thought. Let me look that up. Then I thought, well, no, he got pulled over. Remember? I thought the same thing. Let me look that up. It says it took place, according to Fox News, the incident took place on December 14th. What? Is it in the middle? That's not a very good news source, but it says that the Fox News said it. Let me know if you look it up and you see it somewhere else. Okay. The homicides had nothing to do with drug dealers/cartels. Oh, wait, we did that one. Oh, wait, I didn't close this one out. This one was, okay, for the Bronco back one. Or am I one behind? Where are we at, guys? Oh, yeah, the Adam one. So that one's green, sorry. And I just shut down the poll. And then we'll go down a little bit here. I got ahead of myself there for a minute. I've never had this many polls before. I mean, it's not really hard, but I wish I could put one more in, like a medium button, Of Brent was 3 a.m. on the 15th. Thank you, Truth and Justice Matters, because I did a live over it, and I thought it was the 15th, too. Thanks, CEO. Okay, because I was like, wait a minute. Because when I wrote this, when I was writing, like typing this out, I was like, that doesn't sound right. Like, I just, in my head I didn't, but I justified it. I justified it to myself. I should have double checked my own damn self. Thank y'all. So the next question is going to be, the homicides had nothing to do with drug dealers/cartels. We'll do 20 seconds, 25 seconds. The question is, the homicides had nothing to do with drug dealers/cartels. Agree that it didn't have anything to do with it. Disagree if you think that it does have something to do with it. And then let us know your answer in the chat if you're medium. Like if you're like in the middle, we'd love to know if you want to. Yeah, CEO is pretty and smart, my lordy. Oops. Sorry, guys. I scared the crap out of myself. I keep saying I'm not going to let that happen, and I do. That's like the worst alarm, too, because, you know, it's just obnoxious and loud. That's the one good thing about having me as a creator. Annoying sounds get to me, so it's usually pretty quiet around me. Okay, I'm going to end the poll. 65% agree. And then there was like 19% that said yes, so I think that 18%. So I think that is the green. Now, personally, I don't think that this is a drug den, a trap house. People don't live in the trap. A lot of people were saying this is a trap house. I'm like, the first rule of the trap is you don't live in the trap. Your drugs are stashed in the trap. And you wouldn't stash your drugs in a house that's right there in the middle. Well, I mean, you might in the middle of town, but I don't think that it was I think it was definitely not. I personally think that if it was, that it would have came out by now. And I think that it would have come out in the way of like, I seriously think that maybe even like the Gonzalez's would have put that out, like out there. Because they've been pretty straightforward with a lot of the stuff that they've said. And I think that they would be like, yeah, they found some stuff in the house and we don't know what's going on, but someone needs to get their ass in gear, these officers. Do you know what I mean? Like if it was something like that, like a cartel hit and he knew about it, like, or something. But he even said that if this was drug related, that Kaylee would have nothing to do with that, and neither would Maddie, and that they would, you know, not be living with people that would. He couldn't speak for, you know, Zaina. I'll speak for her. I don't think she had any drug problems because I think that she lived in a drug environment. And it's sad that people put her back in that environment. So we'll go to the next question. That's not even the same grade. Okay, so the next one is Maddie and Zaina were the primary targets. I didn't even hear about that, actually. That I've never heard this before, so let me know if you guys have heard this. Maddie and Zaina were the primary targets. Do you agree, disagree? And I have to do the poll. I keep forgetting. Let's see. Oops. And I was going to show you guys a video too. It's about the family and what they are saying about the death penalty. I'll show that at the end. No, that's right. Oh, it wants me to use the word utterly. Yeah, what video? Oh yeah, Truth and Justice. We did hear that in the first beginning. I forgot about that. There's been so much stuff, you know. I I think so too, Avery. I think that Maddie was the target myself. So it looks like people are disagreeing. So I'm going to end the poll. It's been a minute. So we disagree. We don't think that Maddie and Zaina were the primary targets. Okay. He first crossed paths with Maddie and Zaina at the Mad Greek, despite the owner's claims that Kohlberger never ate there. Also, a fun fact about the Mad Greek owners. It is not two. There are not two owners. There is not a husband and wife. There are not a cartel. It is a woman. A woman. You think Haley the number one target, TK? I know. I'm on the fence with this. I know it's a good question. It's a good one. Did I put the poll back up? No. Son of a gun. Well, you know, I'm not very good at this. I will give myself credit when I watched this on Brian's channel, he had a co-host with them, so he had some help. It's up now, L-Beam. Sorry about that. Yes. Yes, Extreme Blonde. Exactly. The question, so he first crossed paths with Maddie and Zana at the Mad Greek, despite the owner's claims that Kohlberger never ate there. So this would be like, do you agree? Like, it says he first crossed paths with Maddie and Zane at the Mad Greek. So if you agree that he did, you know, you'll hit agree. If you don't think that he met them at the Mad Greek, you'll hit the disagree. So the A or the D. Yeah, next time, maybe I can do like the paper, like a different color. That way it's easier to see or something next time. Since this is our first like time doing this many polls. Okay, I'm going to end it in like 10 seconds. I know they did. They were like, we're done with the polls. I thought it was kind of interesting. I like the polls. Next time I'll have to do it like Brian did. I'll have to ask him how he did that because I'm going to end it. Because he did it so well on his channel. Like he had like these little like dots up and they were like, you know, they would be like all like red and they had like X's if they disagreed. I don't know. It's just a good visual. And I was like, man, how did he do that? And I couldn't figure that out. But I couldn't figure out how to even highlight a thing today. I need some help over here on the technical side. Then since he's retiring for a minute, he said, it looks like. Okay. So I forgot to, so yeah, so that one is disagree. Did I put that? I did, didn't I? I put that as green. It should be red. So let me fix that. This one here. Sorry about that. Because we were disagreeing on that. The DoorDash order was completely coincidental. Let me get the poll in there. The DoorDash order was completely coincidental. Maybe I could like highlight it like this so you'll know. That could help a little bit. And I appreciate you guys all being here. Thank you. And thanks for taking a second to like the video. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, ignore yes or no. Yeah, Avery, do you know how to get that off the poll like that? Like, I don't know how to get it off. To where it'll just like give me like the other answers. Man, my chat's messing up here. Let me fix my chat. I hate this stupid like stuff when it does that. I don't know why my chat does that. There we go. Don't think the DoorDash was there at all. You don't think the DoorDash was there at all? Well, then why would the DoorDash driver come forward? That would be because they came forward. I don't know. More creators should do this to help read the room, Michelle said. Oh, thanks. I'm trying. I thought that would be kind of fun. I saw this on his thing and it was so fun. Unsure, don't care. Well, no, I can't like, oh, unsure, don't care. I could do that and then yes or no. I could do it like that. But then I think that would be kind of confusing, the yes and no, maybe. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the poll in like 10 seconds. So make sure you vote. The DoorDash driver, they came forward and they did talk to them. They just never released who they were. Now, I don't know if that's, and I'm assuming it's probably for the person's well-being. I mean, look what happened. Look what happened with Dylan and Bethany's name being out there. But I kind of don't know why they didn't release it. But then again, I don't really know why they would at the same time. So. Okay, so it looks like we're agreeing here because it's 39 yes and 46 with A. Okay, so as you're voting, if you agree, so the yes and no, you can just ignore those two. It won't let me take those off of the poll, but so you can just concentrate on the A and the D if it'll let you. So I think we all agree that was coincidental. Someone did come out in an interview. I'm not sure exactly where we heard it. It may have been the Dateline one. I'm not sure, but a girl came forward, one of Xana's friends, and said she was known to order food throughout the whole night. Like any time of the night, she was known to be that person. So she probably she was just having fun, and she was probably drunk and wanted to eat some food. Sounds like something I would do if I drank. Sounds like something I would do when I was 20. So the next question is going to be, let me get the poll ready. Let me get my phone ready. We'll just do 20 seconds. I'll try to stop it this time for real. He parked in the apartment parking lot behind the house and entered through the sliding door. So he parked in the apartment parking lot behind the house and entered through the sliding door. Tanya Musher, hold on, I'm trying. I'm like, what did I say I was going to do again? I didn't push to ask the community. Damn. I'll get there. We'll get there eventually, guys. I'm going to give you like 20 more seconds. So. You know, it's on the big fat yes for me. I love your name. Truth and Justice Matters. You think he walked, TK? Where'd he walk from? Did the poll not go up? It should have went up. Should be up now for you guys. Oops, uh-oh. And look, I paused it 2 seconds to go, guys. Look at that. I didn't make you guys have to listen to that horrible noise. It looks like 61%, actually more because 24%. So let's just, 85%. Oh, and then more just went up. So it just went up again. Okay, so that looks like everybody in the chat is saying they think that whoever did this parked in the apartment parking lot behind the house and entered through the sliding door. So I guess the next question is probably going to be irrelevant except for me. It's going to be a 1%. He entered through the front door. Oh, I meant to put D. I'm sorry. If I put B, I was probably putting AB, like ABC. So, sorry, guys. So that B is supposed to be a D. Y'all love me. Let me try it again. Is it? Okay. Let's try this again. A, add, D. Tiny will get there. This one will be easy for you guys because it looks like everybody thinks probably, yeah, wow, 80% already. 39 votes. I need to bet some money on this. No, I don't. Not on that. I don't need to bet any money on that. But there was somebody betting me money in the premiere earlier today. I said I want all of my money in it was like 10K. I said in $2 bills. Okay. So I'm going to put this red. They were all asleep when initially attacked. I'm going to read it and then I'll do the poll. They were all asleep when initially attacked. No one confronted or saw him until Dylan saw him leaving. Oh, let me end that. 49%. Oh. Let me see here. Disagree. 29% no. Well, there's 18% out there with me agree. Never know. Let me start this one up. I never use this screen. I bet you more creators probably use this screen, but I don't. So I'm going back and forth between like 3 screens. Oh, I know, Avery. You guys do love me. Thanks, Harley Ryder. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Oh, I forgot to set the timer, but that's okay. I'll just set it for now. We'll start it now. And then let me get this going. Or it's already going. Okay, we're good. We're good to go. You think so too, Janet, the front door? Me too. I do. I know it's an unpopular opinion. I wonder when I first said that. It was one of the first days of the investigation. Like literally one of the first days. When we first saw them chairs. I said, what's this? What's going on here? Oh, thanks, Obsessed for Disneyland. I think that's so too, Diana. Oh, whoops, sorry guys. She said only one asleep, passed out was Maddie. If Kaylee was asleep, she woke up. Xana and Ethan were awake. I think that that Kaylee could have been maybe like just going to bed, kind of like half asleep. She heard something. But I think that Maddie was pretty much asleep. So the poll here, 58% disagree. The next one will be Maddie was attacked first, then Kaylee, Ethan, and finally Xana. So Maddie was attacked first, then Kaylee, Ethan, and finally Xana. That sounds right. Huh. I even typed this. I typed this stuff out today. I typed out all of these like myself. I didn't copy and paste it because like I couldn't find the actual template, so I just wrote them out. And I don't even know why I didn't think about that, but that is how I think of it in my head. Wow. Okay, so give it a couple more seconds, like 5 more seconds. Okie dokie. So it is like 69%, I think, with the yes and the. It switches when it goes over to there. So this is green. I think it'll be like good to come back to these like, and I wish we could have done these a little bit like earlier, but I think it'll be like kind of interesting to come back to these in a couple months. You know what I mean? And see what we thought, what we thought. So I'll make sure that I keep this and everything. So, Kaylee, so the next question, let me get the poll going here real quick. That way you guys can get it while I'm reading because you guys can read the screen as well. Kaylee was already in Maddie's room when he went in. And if you're just now joining us, we are doing like an interactive kind of stream to where I'm asking questions. And if you agree or you disagree, you'll answer with an A or a D in the poll box. Just don't worry about yes or no. Just if you agree, A. If you disagree, you can do the D. I disagree with this myself. But a lot of you agree. It's kind of 50-50. I'll give it like 10 more seconds. It's a pretty close poll. Okay. I'm going to end this poll. We're going to do this one more time. This one's really close. Okay. So only use, if you guys can remember, so don't worry about the yes or the no. Just remember the A for agree and the D for disagree. So just try to answer A and D. Kaylee was already in Maddie's room when he went in. A for agree, D for disagree. Because that poll was so close, I thought. But now I'm thinking it's disagree because it looks like the D and the yes got, if you put it together. Yeah, Marissa, it's different. Yeah. Well, Glowbug trial could just come on in, girl. We're taking exams. Marissa. You guys, there's no wrong answer here. Oh, my lordy. Oh, yeah. I always wanted to stay with my friends. But personally, I personally think that Kaylee was sleeping in her room with Murphy and Maddie was in her room. And then she heard something. But I mean, because they were found together, we don't know for sure if they were sleeping together, but that's why the question's so good. Because it's like, well, you know, was she already in there or was she not in there? Heck, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to give it like 5 more seconds. How, y'all? 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Look at that. That's a pretty close poll. I'm going to okay, we're going to put that on here so we can remember. Just so we can remember this for later, because that was pretty close. Now I can't remember. Is disagree red? Yeah. I'm like, what am I can't remember which the colors are now. Okay. So let me set up the next one. You guys did really good on that poll because it was like a lot better with the A and the D. Next question here is, Zaina had passed out after eating with TikTok still playing on her phone before the perpetrator entered her room. So basically they're saying, you know, and I think this was someone like on Facebook or Reddit that made these questions and stuff. I did put a couple of them in that were my own, but like the front door one, that was me. But this was somebody else. I wish I could give them credit, but I'm not sure who it was. And I didn't use all the questions. Some of them were just kind of complicated, it seemed like. Yeah, she did. She still had a bed in there. Yeah, you can see it in the pictures. There's a picture of it, and you can I think Fox News got the picture. It's of an officer, and if you zoom in, you can see the bed. But a lot of times the girls will leave their beds there for the next students that are coming in. So since she was moving to Texas and she was going to Europe, she was probably just like, yeah, you can have my bed. Like, I'm graduating. I don't want to take this big old hunkin' bed home anyway, you know? Yeah, and the covers are turned back on one side. It almost looks like when you sleep by yourself, you know, your bed's made, you only sleep on one side. It looks like the blanket has been just pulled over and like you get out, like, you know, when you get up. So I saw that. I might be able to find the picture too after we're done. Just remind me. So this one is going to be 70. Let me see. I mean, the poll. It was 70 something. Did disagree. She did. She sold her bedroom suit to a roommate. Avery said, okay. Yeah, I know a lot of times they'll do that. They'll just, they'll keep it there because she's going to be moving to Texas anyway. She probably was going to get her own new things, you know. That was disagree. Okay. Kaylee and Xana, this is the next one, woke up after being attacked, but the most they could do was hold up their arms or their hands/arms, trying to block off the attack, resulting in the defensive wounds. There was no real fight. And I'll read that again because that's a long one. I'll start the poll and then I'm going to read it again because it's pretty long. Kaylee and Xana woke up after being attacked, but the most they could do was hold up their arms and hands, trying to block off the attack, resulting in the defensive wounds. There was no real fight. Like, instead of them putting up a fight, you know, like they would be more shielding themselves. That's why they got the defensive wounds, is I think what the question's kind of saying. So. Disagree. Okay, when the poll, we had 60%? 71%? Wait, no, this is a new one. 56% disagree. These are going to be so interesting to come back to and just kind of look at. Maddie and Ethan passed away without ever waking up. Let me start the poll. Agree, disagree. As you guys are taking the poll, if you wouldn't mind leaving some of your DNA on that like button, it'd be much appreciate that. Appreciate that on this channel. I agree, Cindy. I think that Kaylee woke up and not Maddie. I think that Maddie, if she was awake at all, she wasn't really awake. Do you know what I mean? Like she was a little intoxicated that night. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing at all. 21 years old, of course. Saturday night. Why not? I think that she was kind of too kind of out of it to be fully awake. I think that she had been, they had been sleeping prior to him coming. Like they were getting ready to go to bed. Anyway, I don't know if they were like, I don't think they were like dead asleep, but I don't think that they were like up moving around either. Like somebody said that they were like, yeah, they think that they were all in the kitchen and he came in there and that's how this happened. But if that was the case, and you wouldn't be able to corner 4 people like that. They would run. I mean, like scatter like ants. Do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't get that when I heard that. Do you think that, I have a question. I should have put this on here. I don't think it is. Do you guys think that Xana and Ethan were sharing the food that night? Or do you think that it was just Xana eating the food? In that poll. Let me know your answer to that. If you're watching on a replay, hashtag replay and let me know your answer. Because every time I've ever ate food, like I've always ate it with Vincent. Like we always eat together. Like, so in my mind, I mean, I don't know. I just picture her getting the food, bebopping it down the hallway, jumping on the bed, being like, let's share this food. Cause like, we went out to like they were at the homecoming, like the formal, they were at the formal together. Like they had a couple drinks probably. I don't see why they wouldn't. Depend on what she was ordered. That's so funny. Vincent always gets the same thing that I want. And I have no taste for food, guys. Like I'm like a 3-year-old. I'm like a toddler when it comes to eating. Oh wow. A lot of people thought he was sharing. You guys thought, oh wow. You guys thought they were sharing too. Wow. Should have put it on the poll. No, if he was passed out drunk, yeah. I could see him being passed out drunk, but then again, I can't really. I don't know. And then I just see her like, grabbing the food after they were done eating and taking it to the kitchen, which is so strange to me because I would not have done that extra step. Like if I was drinking with, if I was out drinking that night or whatever, or just being that late at night, I would have been like, I'll just take this food in the morning to the kitchen, That's what I would be doing. But so we'll ask you guys that question. I forgot to put the thing on. So Maddie and Ethan passed away without ever waking up. We already closed that one, right? Yes, we did. This one's a disagree. Actually, that's the one we're on right now. I just started the poll, y'all. Best award, Legendary. Are you being good in the chat tonight, Legendary? Legendary's being good. Could one of them ran into BK coming back from taking the takeout bag to the kitchen? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So yeah, he was. That's what. Yeah, he was found on the floor, and that's according. Well, I know that it's in the. It's on the. Okay, I'm trying to explain it. It's hard to explain. The visual, the 3D image that they give you of the inside of the house that they made. I know it's on that. The officers didn't make that. Somebody else did. I'm looking right now. And it's Xana was found on the floor. As I approached the room, I could see a body later identified as Kernodles laying on the floor. So that doesn't, hold on a second, because over here it says Ethan. Wait, I have it up. I thought it did. No, it does say Xana. Okay, never mind. I'm going to show you this. It does say Xana. Okay. I was confused for a minute. But yeah, it says that Xana was on the floor. It says, as I approached the room, I could see a body later identified as Kernodle's laying on the floor. Kernodle was deceased with wounds which appeared to have been caused by an edged weapon. Also in the room was a male later identified as Ethan Chapin, hereafter Chapin. Chapin was also deceased with wounds later determined by the autopsy report provided by Spokane, Washington. County medical examiner, it says, to be caused by sharp force injuries. And then it just says, I then followed Officer Smith upstairs. So it doesn't say where Ethan was. I'm assuming he was on the bed because of all of that blood in there. Yeah, that's where they're placing him, so. No, that information wasn't a redact in the second page. That was a copy of another page. They did redact the name, it looked like, though. You're right, of the like Vina Sign, I think her name was, the county medical examiner, which I don't know why they did that. I mean, I guess so people wouldn't try to get their reports. I don't know. Very, very creepy. I don't like the 3D image is like very helpful to look at those of the house, though. Yeah, there was. I was gonna actually show you. I think you can. I don't ever try. I try not to show the picture of that, and I accidentally did earlier today because I just don't like to show the outside. But if you, well, it's right here. But if you go outside, I'm trying to. Let's see. There was, I think it's one here. There was a picture I saw earlier. And now I don't see it. It's probably like, I don't know. It's probably like right in front of me, but I don't see it.
Smith
Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry, we'll have to listen to this now.
Officer Smith and I then walked upstairs to the second floor. Officer Smith directed.
Oh, okay, there. I could turn it off. I was trying. Never mind.
Found in the room was Xana Kernodle's room. Just before this room, there was a bathroom.
I was trying to show you guys something, but I don't know how to get to it. I'll have to figure that out and then show it to you guys next time. Because I'm like, man, I really wanted to show you guys something on there, but I can't find it. Andy said, damn, only 4. Yeah, he's, if you're talking about Edward, yeah, he said some things that you should not say. You should not say. We did this one, right? Disagree, yeah. Like, there's not that many more, I don't think. Let's see. Man, how many more do we have? Jeez. Okay, we'll go through the rest of them a little bit faster. Ethan, okay, so the next question, I'm going to make the poll really quick. If you're just now joining us, we're doing poll questions. So A for agree, D for disagree. Don't worry about the yes or no. The next question is going to be, I spelled Ethan wrong. Ethan was found under the bed covers, which is why investigators who wrote the PCA couldn't identify his wounds at the scene like they could for Maddie, Xana, and Kaylee. I never heard that before. Pool night's my favorite night. I'm gonna make sure I do them. I'll get in the hang of this. I'll be doing some Canva polls. We'll be having make them look pretty, because I do have Canva, which would probably be easier. I mean, which would probably be prettier than a document. Let me start the poll, and then wait. Let me close this poll out. Disagree. Okay. We're gonna start this again. Sorry, because I think I did that wrong. So this one's gonna be for this question. Sorry if you answered. So I'm going to read this again. Ethan was found under the bed covers, which is why investigators who wrote the PCA couldn't identify his wounds at the scene like they could for Maddie, Kaylee, and Xana. I put a new one up. I think I clicked off of it too fast. Sorry about that. So we'll just pretend like that one didn't exist for a minute. And then looks like disagree. I'm going to end the poll. And then basically what we do, if it's disagree, we make it red. If it's agree, we make it green. We're going to come back and look at these, maybe after the trial or during the trial, just see kind of what's going on. Since we're under gag order, all we can do is kind of put our opinions out there. It says, after she fell to the floor of her bedroom, he told Xana he was going to help her to manipulate her into being quiet and compliant. This is a common tactic. So basically they're saying, like, do you agree that Brian was saying, like, when someone was saying, I'm going to help you, do you agree that was Brian saying that to Xana, or do you disagree? And I'll start the poll. And then we'll leave them on there for like 10 seconds or so. Teresa's cookies smell good. That's funny. I'm actually getting hungry now. I swear you guys talk, like, you guys talk about food and then I get hungry. Yeah, you thought that one ever. I mean, it does. It definitely could. Okay, so 68% of you agree. We've got some green in there. Okay. Oops. Let me get the next poll going. Okay, so this will be for this question. The surviving roommates thought what was happening that night was just goofing around and maybe some relationship drama, so they just went back to sleep after all was quiet again. Give it like 5 more minutes, 5 more seconds, 5 more minutes. Okay, I'm gonna end the poll. It looks like 52%. Wait, 61% agree. This one, Bethany didn't hear or see anything. And Bethany's, like we know, Bethany's going to be the roommate on the first floor. And the poll's up. I definitely want to know what happened. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, being victims of I can't even imagine what they're going through. Like what, I can't imagine. I mean, their whole life is going to be completely just different. Just different. But we need to hear what happened, because we don't know really what happened in that that 8 hour time window. I personally think it was some sort of trauma, and it shut her down. But it could be something as simple as she would just went to sleep, passed out, and she didn't wake up till then, or it could be she's hiding something. We don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't think she is, but you know. The poll should be up. I'm going to go ahead and close this one out. 51% disagree. So you guys think that Bethany heard and saw something? Ooh. It wasn't the naked guy, was it? I'm just kidding. Remember that article that came out? It said there was a naked guy in the house. Oh my Lord. But we may have heard crazier. I don't know. This next question. Let me get the poll. The perpetrator locked the doors of the bedrooms and pulled them shut behind him to keep the crimes from being discovered before he could get out of town. You think they might have been texting each other, Diana? I didn't know if maybe they're just using some sort of apps. Because they do have all the records. They'll be able to tell. We'll be able to find out. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. Everyone get your votes in because it's really close. Okay, so B, 41% A. I put B in there again, didn't I? I did. You guys know what I mean when I mean B. I did a B again. I'm like, wait, why did I do that? Okay. So disagree. So this would be the doors of the bedrooms. Do we believe the doors of the bedrooms were pulled shut? So you guys don't think that they were pulled shut? You think that they were, like, they left them open? Okay, so red. We start this one. I think I did the AB because it's like what you're used to, ABC. Disagree. Things legendary. Disagree. Okay, so the next question, and the poll should be started for this question, but I'm going to start now. Dylan wasn't ever frozen in fear. She only froze in surprise momentarily when she saw something unexpected, then closed and locked her door so her roommate's friends wouldn't accidentally walk in on her. This is kind of like a complicated question. I actually saw about the doors. So did you guys ever hear that the back slider door was open the day of the homicides? Because I only heard the front door, but I saw a tweet. And I think it was... I have to check out the person. I'm not sure who the person is that wrote it, but it says Chief James Fry said the back sliding glass door was physically open when police arrived. But I'm going to have to clarify that. Because I don't remember them ever saying that those back slider doors were open. Maybe I'll have to look that up. There's a poll. I'm going to end it here in just a minute. We're like tied on this one almost. We'll start all over again on this one. Oh, to let the smell out, yeah. See, I personally think that he pulled the doors closed after he was done. I don't think the front door was closed or anything, so I know the front door was open. We have a neighbor came forward. But I think the bedroom doors, for some reason, I think that he pulled them closed. But I don't know. I don't have any proof of that. No proof. Okay, now I gotta start a poll this time. Okay, so we're gonna start this all over. New poll, like this is gonna be for this question here on the screen. Agree or disagree. And I'm A or D. I even put that right in the chat. She says in here, Harlow agrees with both. Sorry, I might have did that poll. Like I might have canceled it on you guys too fast. That might have been my fault. I keep trying to like go between two screens. I'm like, shoot. So this is a new one. Just got here. Okay, Cat's Life. So what we're doing is we're doing a poll. We're doing questions. So if you agree, you'll hit the A. If you disagree, you'll hit the D. Don't worry about the yes or no. It won't let me take that off. And welcome in. I think it's like, I don't know. Okay, so this one is Dylan wasn't ever frozen in fear. She only froze in surprise momentarily when she saw something unexpected, then closed and locked her door so her roommate's friends wouldn't accidentally walk in on her. That's a kind of like a complicated question, I think. Disagree. Okay. And then if it's a disagree, we're putting it in red. If we agree, we're putting it in green. And then we're going to come and revisit this, sometime in the future. So let me get the poll started, and then I'll read the question, and I won't stop the poll too quick. The surviving roommate slept in until around 11:30. And give me just 1 second, guys. Okay. Let's see. I know, I was thinking that too, Vivi. Let's see. We'll end this poll. These are pretty close in some of these responses, you know? Like, I think these are pretty close to me. I'm going to have to remember this. Summer, remember this live. I'll be asking you. I'll be like, what live was that? Because I'll be wanting to go back through to look at these polls again, numbers. Disagree. Okay. I think there's only like a few more. So the next one is the surviving roommates thought Xana and Ethan were passed out in her room, so they called friends over for help to get into the room because the door was locked. That's true. That is a kind of a harder question, Harley Ryder. I think that everybody that does like, I don't know. I think everyone that experienced trauma just goes through it differently. I know that even in different trauma experiences that I've dealt with and within my own life, I've reacted differently in each one. You know, some of them I fought, some of them I was a flighter, some of them I probably froze and didn't do shit. That's probably a lot actually. No, I'm just kidding. I'm usually a pretty big fighter, but you know, that's just in my genes. In that poll, it was 59% disagreed. That's a cute name. Sunflower Soul. I like that name. That's a cute name. Okay, so we got 58% disagree. And I agree. I could be agreeing with that. But y'all be disagreeing. Okay. Hope that's it's not the right red. Okay. Get the next one up. I'm going to tell StreamYard, I'm going to give them some advice on their platform. They need to put all this onto one tab. Very much so. Truth and justice. Very much so. So the next one will be, the next poll is going to be 911 was called. The 911 call was made less than 30 minutes after the surviving roommates woke up. I mean, there's no way of us to actually really physically know some of these questions. You know what I mean? We're just kind of putting our educated guess in there. You don't think the doors were closed? See, I don't know. I thought they were. But see, I love that. I love that you think that because, you know, then hopefully we're going to find this stuff out during the trial. I hope we find out a lot. People thought that Ethan had overslept because he was late for work the next day. He had a job at school. Did he work? He worked at the tulip farm in the summer. He didn't have a job in the winter, did he? He just went to school, I thought. But let me know. Because I thought that he just worked at the tulip farm in the summer with his brother and sister. 47% disagree. These are pretty good, like pretty close. Oh, he had a study group he was meeting. Oh, okay. Because I said I didn't think he had a job, but I wasn't sure. I was saying maybe I was something I don't know. Oh, he had a study group. Oh gosh. And they actually did they go looking for him? I mean, really, would you go looking for someone if they just didn't show up for study group? I'd be like, he just decided to hang out with his girlfriend. So let's do the next one. Okay, so the next question is, there was little to no blood found outside of Xana's room on the second floor to alarm the surviving witnesses or the friends who came to help. I think I know the answer to this one from you guys. Yeah, delay the finding of victims. See, I thought he would want to delay it like Harlow said. That way he would not be in the area. But I mean, he did come back. Allegedly, if it's him, he came back and he's hanging around the neighborhood at 9:30. Okay, so we'll end this one here. Let's see, what did that say? 48%? A little bit more since the no's disagree. Let's see. Okay. The next one is, let me start the poll or get it ready, and then I'll read the question and then I'll click the poll. No one in that house was trying to hide evidence that morning. I kind of feel like I am giving you guys a test now that Summer said that. Oh, and by the way, I think my book is going to be coming from Ethan's mom, the one that she wrote. I'm trying to think of when it's going to come. I think it's the end of this month. So it shouldn't be within too long. Oh, and I'll read it to you guys when I get it. If you, haven't read it. It's called, if you don't know, it's called The Boy Who Wore Blue, and it's by Stacy Chapin. Ethan Chapin's mom wrote a book about his life, like a little of his adventures. Okay, so this and 67% agree. So we'll do green. Next question. And I don't know what that stuff is in that picture, so I can't really answer this one, but I am not sure. But that it says that was not blood on the kitchen cabinet. Paige said, I actually agreed with that statement, even though I disagree with almost all the others. And then I think the poll should be on there. Yeah. Okay. So we agree. Agree to disagree. Agree. We agree on this. Oh, wait. I just put the wrong one. Okay. There was blood under Xana's room outside. So the stuff that we saw in the pictures, like, do you believe that was agree or disagree? If that was like blood? I personally think that was for sure. Yeah, I don't think that there was blood on the cabinets either. Because it looks almost like a chemical or like even like a paint or something. Like, I know that's like not like how it should look, but it's an older house. Like, kids have lived in that, like college kids, but it didn't look to me like that. That's just me. I don't know. Oh, Truth and Justice Matters. That's so sweet of you to donate them. That is a great idea. I need to know who does actually magazine donations. I need to get rid of some of these magazines I have. It's crazy. Did I start yeah, I started the poll. Okay, so we agree 83%. Okay, so the next one's going to be Kohlberger wasn't wearing a knife sheath. He was unfamiliar with that type of knife and was using the sheath like it was just a knife cover. That's why he sat it down and forgot about it until it was too late. Let me get the poll here for you guys. Next poll, make it better. We'll make it a little bit better to watch. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm doing it kind of fast. No, I said paint. I said it could be paint. I don't know what it is. Or like, even like Harlow said, like a chemical reaction. Because like when people just like, I don't know, half-ass do things in college apartments. Like, I could just see that being like where it was staining or something. Do you know how like when you stain something, or I don't know. I don't know. I have to look at that picture again though. Not on the house. I'm talking about in the house. Because I can't tell what that color is. But I mean, it might be my vision, but I can't tell what that color is in the picture. It doesn't look red to me. It almost looks brown. But that could be what the color is, I don't know. That's one I don't know. So I'm going to end the poll, and it is, I give you guys over a minute to answer them. You guys, that should be plenty of time. Because that's what it says anyway, when it says the poll started. So agree. I was trying to give you guys a little bit more time. So the next question is, the Idaho State Lab found and analyzed the DNA on the sheath, not a lab in Texas. I'm going to start the poll. A for agree, D for disagree. Appreciate y'all being here with me tonight. Oh no, I thought that the blood. I thought that it could be paint, but I don't know if it's blood or not. Arlene, I'm letting it go for a minute. For 60 seconds each. That's what it's saying on my end. It should be enough time. And I usually highlight it, so that's probably why, but I didn't highlight this time. The Idaho State Lab found and analyzed the DNA on the sheath, not a lab in Texas. Looks like we're about 50-50 on this one. Please repeat the question. Okay, so this one says the Idaho State Lab found and analyzed the DNA on the sheath, not a lab in Texas. I think I agree with this. I'm pretty sure Howard Bloom is the only one that said that was a lab in Texas that did this. But I'm not 1,000%. I have that right here. I think somewhere close to me actually. I'd have to read through those documents again because I think they actually just came out. I think he probably just, that knife sheath looks so small to put the knife back in to me. You know, like maybe, I don't know. I think he just took his little knife out, whoever it was, took the knife out and just laid the sheath wherever, just threw it on the ground, put it on the bed. It was found on the bed. So it was found underneath Maddie. So he had to have, what I'm thinking is probably took the knife out, laid the sheath down, and then he went across the bed or some sort of like that. Misbehaving, yeah, Howard Bloom started that rumor. I thought that's who started it. Thank you. The lab is located in Woodlands for genealogy. Thank you. I know that there was a bunch of different places when they were talking about it in the new report. So I was like, I don't have to go through all those, but yeah, Howard Bloom is the one that I'm pretty sure he's the one that came up with that. But it looks like everyone agreed. But I think we're going to put agreed, but I'm going to put Howard Bloom beside it. Because we know who really did this. I'm not even capitalizing his name. He would hate me right now. He'd hate me right now. His stuff's hard to read. That's what I'm wondering, I'm wondering why he would be walking around without the sheath. You would think that he would be practicing with it or something. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he'd practice doing something like this, but like taking the knife in and out of the sheath, because that sheath is so tight. Like the leather, when you first get it, it takes a while. Actually, I want to know how hard the buckle is to buckle. Like when you first get them, because sometimes it's hard to buckle stuff. Let me get the poll started. We only have a couple more. You guys were troopers tonight. Investigators took swabs from Brian Kohlberger after his arrest, and his DNA matched the sheath DNA, which is evidence for trial. Well, that's obvious. These are kind of older, so that's probably why. I don't know why I didn't wasn't listening to myself when I was typing these out. A couple of these, because it just came out over the last couple of days. Some of these answers. Yeah, I wonder whatever happened to Buddy the dog. That's so sad. It's so sad. Okay, so I'm going to stop the poll. 83%. Well, 10%, so 93%. Yes. I think we're all in agreement that's okay, so then this one is, they have proof he purchased the K-bar shortly before the crime. Let me start the poll. A couple of these they're kind of trick questions, I feel like. I'm not trying to trick you guys. But I feel like some of them are kind of trick questions. It's like, wait a minute. Because like Dateline is the one that kind of came out with that. Said that they found the receipt from May from Pennsylvania from an Amazon. Now I wonder how long Amazon's records go back. Well, that's what that's what the sheath is. It's a USMC Marine Corps K-bar knife. So that's how the police were able to get onto what kind of weapon he was using. Three-year same with eBay. Oh, wow. It's a long time. Thanks, Janet. Dang. Who is Buddy the dog? Nancy. Okay, so Nancy, Buddy the dog was a dog in the neighborhood, I believe. I believe it was a neighborhood. And it was skinned and filleted or something. It was very, very disgusting what happened to this dog. And they don't seem to know who did it. And this was like around the time of the homicides. I think it was like 3 weeks before or something like that. Oh, I thought it was in May of 2022 before he left Washington State. See, and Arlene's saying April. So, dang it, we're gonna have to try to see. We're gonna try to look that up. All of us are saying a different answer. So, when we're just gonna put Brian in there, see if it pulls up. Okay. So, according to Dateline, Koberger reportedly bought K-bar knife sheath in April 2022. I think that Arlene might have been right. Yeah. Yeah, he was in PA when he purchased it too. Yeah. Yeah, no, you shouldn't be in the record for the K-bar knife. I'm just wondering about the Amazon record. Yeah, moisture easily. Yeah, it does. Yeah, if you're not a hunter, yeah, I don't think you would wear. I don't think he was wearing it. I don't think he was like. I don't think he was like that clever to wear it. Let me turn my camera back on. I haven't done it like all night. I feel like I gave you guys like a pop quiz almost in a way. After I was reading the questions, I'm like, answer these, or I'm gonna get you. I'm 67% on that one. I don't. I mean, comfort of your own home. I mean, people do like to do that. I know I don't like hearing about Buddy. That's why I don't really know. Like, I know the story, but I don't because I backed away as soon as I heard that there was like something with that. And I don't know, if that had anything to do with this case and there was more like skinned animals like that, I probably wouldn't be able to do it. You think that's a lie, to be honest? You said, Brooklyn? Yeah, it could be. It definitely could be. You know what I mean? Do you think he could have I mean, he probably wouldn't have purchased it under anyone else's name in his house. Do you have to have an Amazon account? Can you sign under a guest? I don't know how that works. Yeah, cowards hurt animals and children. And people when they're sleeping. Don't forget that one. People when they're sleeping in their own home. What the frick? You're welcome, Cindy. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. It was like a pop quiz tonight. I like that. And it wasn't that hard. Wasn't that hard. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I'm going to show it to you guys before I jump off here. And I do still have some more stuff planned. I want to do the PCA, the rest of the reading of the PCA. And we're going to go back and watch more interviews of like the older order interviews because I always feel like that comes in handy. But I wanted to show you this because like Banfield had an episode where she was just talking about what the families, where the families were on the death penalty, because usually when there are more than one victim, or even when there's one victim, if it's a death penalty case, they normally go to the victims' families and they ask them, what's your opinion on the death penalty? They don't have to take their opinion on the case or anything. They could do whatever the hell they want to do. They're the state. But, you know, they usually do consult with the families. Now, with this being 4 families, that's really tricky. To me, I wouldn't want to be the officers and or the prosecution. I just really wouldn't want to be them right now. I just don't think I would be able to handle that. Having to ask people those kind of questions. Yeah, so everybody got an A. Everybody that's still here, you all got an A. A+. I loved it. You guys all got an A. People in other chats said they own or know someone who owns a similar knife. Oh. I heard that they're heavy. It's heavy. Could have been his parents or sisters. Yeah. Yeah, no, buddy's in heaven. Hey, we were just talking about you. There's the man now. He's the one that had the better review than me. We were doing the questions, kind of some of the questions that you had on your channel. But we didn't have the agree button. Very good. Yes. I know that he said that he got it from another creator, and I couldn't remember the creator, but I just typed them out today. I was like, these are good questions. So we're going to keep them. I don't know if you probably kept yours too, but we're going to keep ours. And then when it goes further down the line, we're going to come back to it and review it. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. I appreciate that. It's so nice. And smash the like button, guys. They are pretty common, Paige. I heard they're pretty common knives. Oh, Janet has a knife. Is that who we're talking about? I'm like, who has a knife? I mean, my friend collects them. He collects not K-bars in particular. And he's not really my friend anymore, I wouldn't say. But someone I knew, he collected knives. I'm pretty sure they were all kinds of, I'm all kinds. I know there was a lot of like flip ones in there. Pocket knives, I guess you call them. I'm from Ohio. Everybody, just brought me up pocket knives. But in Ohio here, everybody has a pocket knife, really. Except for Vincent. And he's from California. Definitely, yeah, we'll collab for sure. Yeah, and go check out his channel. He's really factual. We love facts. Didn't even have to bring him up once tonight. Never do. I never have to bring you up when we're talking about misconceptions, misinformations. Paige, you're from Ohio too? Girl, that's awesome. We have a few people from Ohio here. I'm like an hour 15 from Columbus. About the same from Cincinnati. I'm like in the middle. Somewhere in the middle there. I don't know. I just know where I live. That's why I'm just like, I just know where I live. Because where I grew up in central Ohio. So it's just different. But I do know that there's creators that are in Ohio that live close to me. And I'm just like, oh, they live so close. Just could go say hello. I really wouldn't. Where is Isabel? She's sleeping. Oh, there's Isabel. I'm like, where is Isabel? Oh my gosh. You haven't been you're Isabel. She's the best mod. It's 4 a.m. She's here every night. So Isabel, I got a surprise for you. Okay. So a surprise for everybody. And I hope you guys can join me. So since it's the end of the live and then I'll show you the Banfield. So I'm going to do some daytime lives. Don't get scared or spooked if you don't see me every evening. If I'm doing some, morning lives, we used to do super early morning lives. I don't know if y'all remember, but Isabel is the OG. But we used to do them at like 9:15 or 10:15 in the morning. And then I think our daytime time that we like buckled down was like 11:15. And then I started coming on at night. So I'm just going to try it out for just a little while, just a couple weeks. And then, probably back to nights. But I want to let you guys know. Isabel, sometimes she'll just won't be in the chat for like 2 seconds. And I'm like, where's Isabel? Well, thanks, Jeff. You probably broke it. You probably did. You probably did. It's suggested that you wear leather gloves with the knife. Oh, Brooklyn. Oh, Probably. Well, they make those gloves too. Those I don't know, nitro. They're not. That's not what they're called. What are they called? Ones where you can't cut through. I don't know what they're called. We are definitely close to each other. I'm okay. So I'm closer towards our Dayton area, but I'm not in Dayton. I don't even go to Dayton. That place is scary. So I hope you're not from Dayton, but it is. You gotta be. I saw a girl one day. We were there. Oh my gosh. Okay. We were parked in Dayton, and this girl walks by me in a gas station. She's wearing yoga pants and a gun. Not in a holster. Not in a holster. A gun straight shoved in the middle of her waistband, like of her yoga pants. I was like, get me out of here. Get me out of here. I was like, where am I? Because that place is crazy. Paige is probably like, I'm from Dayton, girl. No, they do have some cute stores, but I'm scared of Dayton. She's probably like, man, we're really close. I was born 40 minutes from Dayton, closer to Xenia. Wow. I'm closer to Xenia. We are so close. We are so stinking close. You'll have to get to me on Instagram. Look me up on the Instagram. What's my handle on Instagram? Is it what is my handle? I think it's at TitaniumBuilt or at Titanium_built. I'll have to look that up. That's pretty bad. I'm not very good with social media, but if I get a message, I'll go over there. Which I have a message now. I should look at that. Let's see. Yeah, Titanium_built. That's my name on there. I just changed it. Thank you. Look at that. We're just gonna switch them out. Yeah, for sure. We will collab. That'll be good. Because yeah, you're a nice guy. And Vincent said he likes your voice. He said that you definitely have a podcaster YouTube voice. And I said, yeah, it doesn't get on my nerves at all. Because some voices, it's not really guys that, well, no, there's a couple, but it's like some people, you just like me, some people probably can't stand to listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, good. Thanks, Paige. I'll follow you back over there. But, yeah, I want to show you this video and then I'm going to jump off of here, but thank you guys for being here tonight. Thanks for linking it. We'll collab. That'll be fun. Cause like I said, you seem like a really cool guy. You seem like a gentleman. And I like that. And I wouldn't feel nervous. Bullhorn Betty. Oh, I ain't collabing with her. She scares me. She's suing everybody, Isabel, right now. She's suing, two creators. I just stay away. I don't, ever since the Quentin Simon stuff settled down, I haven't really, I haven't been over there. She don't come up on my For You page. So it's one of those, mutual things. It's heaven sent. And legendary, I just followed myself. That's true, Angela, if he doesn't know what was discussed. Yeah, I'm just going to show you a little Banfield. But this one isn't bad. It's just about Colbert. I don't think it's that bad. I watched it, but I can't remember. But she's on one. She is. I just started experiencing Banfield. To my defense, I do like Banfield. I will say that. But to my defense, I just started experiencing her with this case. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I followed News Nation prior to the Idaho 4. And that's only because I didn't really watch the news before. To be truthfully honest, I watched ID channel, watched true crime shows. So, so I like watching her just because she does do more true crimey things to where we can get information. And that's why a lot of people use her, I think, because, we need the information. And as much as I usually wear black, I wear black a lot on this show. I am to a T, a beige, light blouse kind of gal. She looks like me when I went to work every day, when I worked at a boutique. So, I'll give her that. But and because someone says she wears the same shirt every day. I'm like, it's not the same shirt, but it's close. But you have to admit, her earrings are always on point. I can't see them with her hair right now, but she always has really pretty earrings in. So let's see if she's wearing them. But this is a short video. It's about like the family and if they're wanting the death penalty, if they're for or they're against it.
27 more days. That is not much time. And that is a clock that is ominous and painful if you are a defendant in a quadruple murder case like Bryan Kohberger is, because in 27 days, the prosecutors have to make it known whether they plan to kill him if they find him guilty. That's the window. You gotta decide if you're gonna seek the death penalty in this case. And that 60-day clock is down to 27 more days. And as this happens, we've got breaking news tonight here on the Banfield program. We have spoken with several family members' sources connected to the investigation. And we now know the count and what's been happening. Sources who are close to this investigation have told us that several family members have met with prosecutors, and they have made their wishes known. And here's how it shakes out at this date. Kara Northington, who is Xana Kernodle's mom, has spoken with prosecutors, and she has indicated she would like to see Bryan Kohberger in prison for the rest of his life if he's convicted. No death penalty. Jeff Kernodle, who is Xana's dad, has indicated.
Now, y'all, do you remember Xana's mom? Thank you, A to Z. My message didn't send through, but my comment failed to send through. But don't you guys remember on Banfield before when Xana's mom was on there? Didn't Banfield ask her if she was for the DP, and she said she was? Because I could have sworn she said on her first interview with Banfield or one of those interviews. I'm gonna have to look it up now. You know, after we got live, I'm gonna look it up. Because I just heard that and I'm like, wait a minute. Vivi, I like him too. I like his voice. So didn't she say that she was for it? Or she said, and now she said she's not. So, but I thought she said because she said she was before. Thanks, A to Z. A to Z, AZ. Bop it, pull it, twist it, and smash that like. I love that. I never had that game because I was too scared. Too much anxiety with that game. Yeah. But you thought she said no? Man, I'm gonna have to look it up again because now I'm like wondering. And I don't want to put out, misinformation. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, the one in the car. Michelle, yeah. And I swear she said she wanted the death penalty. Because I thought it kind of sounded like I was like kind of surprised that she said yeah, because of her being more of that. I feel like she was more of like a laid back mother in a way. Do you know what I mean? Not really there, like included. So I thought that she would be more like, I don't know. I want to say like laid back about this because this isn't a situation to be laid back about. But I just thought that she would see him not as just like someone that murdered her daughter, but maybe like as a person. Or maybe she was like, go get him. You know what I mean? I didn't know. I didn't know what she was really meaning, but I think that I thought she said that she said that she was for the death penalty. I'm gonna have to find that video. Okay, I'm gonna let this one play. I'm gonna try to find that maybe.
Indicated the opposite, and he has also spoken with prosecutors about it. He has said he's in favor of the death penalty if Bryan Kohberger is found guilty. Kaylee Gonzalez's family has made it known they are 100% in favor of the death penalty. Maddie Mogan's family as well. As for Ethan Chapin's family, they have not been public about what they would like to see happen, but they have said publicly before that, quote, nothing changes the outcome for them. Whether they've spoken yet with prosecutors about it, we don't know that yet. But tonight we also got a trove of new documents in this case and a ruling finally on the gag order, but it's weird. First and foremost, the media still gagged. We don't get to see any more, and we are your source, your eyes and ears, so I'm sorry, folks, but the judge has said you don't get to see anything more than you did before under this gag order. As for the Gonzalez family attorney, though, the judge agreed that they need to have more clarity on that gag order. In the meantime, though, the judge says that lawyer is exempt, along with any other lawyers in the case, from speaking publicly. We did get a ruling on cameras, and for now, they will be allowed in this case. That's huge because in northern Idaho with Lori Vallow, we had no cameras. But right now, the ruling stays at Cameras will be allowed, but there is a possibility that that could change, but we'll cross our fingers. Ann Taylor, Koberger's attorney, also filed an objection to the DNA protective order, the thing that the prosecutor said, we don't want anybody knowing the lineage in that genetic profiling we did from the father on down to, his son. She said no. Koberger is entitled to the genetic genealogy, to the DNA that was found on the knife sheet, and there's more. This is good. Take a note. Ready? The third motion that Ann Taylor filed is to compel discovery, that's usual, and it's seeking all DNA profiles developed during the investigation. And here's her quote. Listen carefully. There is no explanation for the total lack of DNA evidence from the victims in Mr. Koberger's apartment, office, home, or vehicle. What? Wait, what? Let me read it again. There's no explanation for the total lack of DNA evidence from the victims in Mr. Koberger's apartment, office, home, or vehicle. I did a double take. She argued, in essence, through the lack of disclosure and their motion to protect the genetic genealogy investigation, the state is hiding its entire case. Well, then it's essential to speak with Richard Block. He's a criminal defense attorney. He practices in Idaho. Richard, is it a typo? Am I crazy? I don't understand how a defense lawyer could say that she doesn't understand why there's a lack of victims in his apartment, home, or office. Why am I reading this weird, or am I?
I think you are reading it a little weird. So if we look at this, this was allegedly an incredibly violent murder, very bloody, done with a knife, right? That's close quarters. So it would be pretty impossible for the murderer not to get some DNA from the victims on him. And then that DNA is going to show up everywhere that murderer goes, his car, his apartment. And the fact that we don't have that kind of stuff, haven't seen that kind of stuff, or the defense says it hasn't, right? That's a big deal. That certainly is something that points to maybe Mr. Koberger was not the murderer, that it was somebody else. And I think
could it go the other way around? I wonder if Koberger had any kind of relationship with any four of these victims, and they'd been to his apartment or his car or his office, then there'd be a perfectly good explanation as to why his DNA might be on Maddie's bed or transferred to a knife sheath that some stranger dropped there.
That would certainly be something else as well. But it looks to me like that's the strategy they're developing, is that Koberger was not, there at the time of the murders, is they're going to be their argument. And the proof, and part of the proof they're going to try and argue, is that the DNA from the victims didn't get on his person.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your.
I got her other earrings, but yeah, I just wanted you guys to kind of listen to that. That was over the other night, so I'm sure she will have something to say on Monday when she reads the brand new. Well, she kind of read some of these, the lack of the DNA, but I think there's going to be more that she's going to go over on Monday, because she didn't even touch the stuff about the 2 additional male DNAs. So, our girl Banfield will have something to say about something. I'll be streaming, yes. I'll be streaming the hearing on the 27th if it's allowed. Now, I don't know if they're allowing cameras live. That's something I need to figure out. We need to figure out. Because they said they're allowing cameras, but I think what they're going to do is do it like they're doing now, where they might record it throughout the day and then they give it to us afterwards. So with that being the case, I'm Eastern Standard Time. They are Pacific Time. So court will be let out at 5 o'clock. So I will get it approximately, the documents, everything, or I'll get the tape approximately around 8 o'clock, 8:30. By the time they air it, like Court TV and them, they will have to review it, get it approved, and then they'll air it. And then we will air it as soon as it clicks. I guess y'all know me. I'll be here waiting. I'll be waiting on it. So we'll be probably doing more evening lives when it's closer to trial, especially if they decide to keep the cameras in the courtroom but only allow for after viewing. It might not be live viewing. If that's the case, we'll take what we can get, you know. But maybe I'll have to, no, maybe I'll have to just go out there to Idaho. No, I'm just kidding. But we'll make sure that we stream it, of course. We're going to be streaming every single day of this trial. We have been covering this case since November 13th, since it happened, every single day almost. Probably, I mean, we do cover other cases, so, you know, but probably 4 out of the 7 days a week, we're here at Idaho. But I did do a video to remind you guys. I did do a video over Chad Doerman, the Ohio man that's about an hour from me that shot his 3 sons in cold blood, and then he pled not guilty. If you guys want to check out that video and give me some views on that, that would be great. Because I want to cover a lot more cases, which we do. We've covered a lot of cases on this channel, but I want to continue to cover those cases. But I just want to make sure everyone gets I get the views in. I want them to go out in the algorithm. I want people to see them. I want, especially this case. This is a horrific case. I don't know if Paige is still in here or not, but I don't know if she heard of that one because she's near there too. But I want to thank you guys for being here. Steve, you said it perfect. Lack of does not mean none. I love that. That's what I want everybody to go away with that saying tonight. Everyone keep that in your head. Tuck that in your pillow tonight. Dream about it. Lack of. Because that's what I wanted everyone to come out with tonight. But I really do want to, I do want to see the truth come out. I want to see the victims and their families and the surviving victims, their survivors or victims, surviving victims. You know, I want them all to be able to have some sort of peace and justice. And whatever, you know, they need to do to get that, I feel like Mr. Steve Gonzalez is going to do that. And I don't know if you can hear my dog right now, but she's trying to break in the door. She says, it's time. It's time. It's the gray one. So thank you guys all for being here. I will be back tomorrow. And we are going to, I think what we're going to do, we might cover Idaho, but I don't, you know, we need a break. I know Isabel needs a break. This girl needs a break. She's probably sleeping now, but Isabel needs a break from Idaho. We all kind of need a break. And that was Isabel's surprise too. I'll be doing more morning lives. But I thought about on Sundays, we could go back through our cases that we're covering and just do recaps and updates. Like on Sundays, we could do court updates, you know, on like all the different cases that we're covering, because a lot of people are going into court soon. We got July, we got Sarah Boone, we got Delphi, that'll be going, or that's January now, sorry. Leilani, July, Chad Doerman will be going back in June. I think it's that. I don't know. He just went. So he'll be going back here soon. I'll have to write that one down. We have Diana Kojakari, Madalena's mother. We've got a few other ones. So definitely we'll be looking into those. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. I am Eastern Standard Time, so I'm not sure what that is for everybody else. But right now, if you want to know my time, it's 11:19 Eastern Standard Time. But thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you guys all in the next live. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. We're like over 9,000 subscribers. I'm incredibly blessed to have you guys. Thank you so much. Have a good evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.